right, we're live. Joey, welcome back.
Yo,
Good to have you. I wanted to. I know you don't participate in social media all that much anymore, and I don't think that's a bad idea. I think that's at least at minimum a fine idea, and perhaps even borderline great idea. But because of that, I have to make sure that you haven't missed the biggest phenomenon of 2025. The thing that we should all take a minute, take notice, appreciate, salute,
and then forget.
It's going to take a while.
to the next thing.
It's going to take a while for me anyway. The Sydney Sweeney dress.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 6'7".
No.
No, I will never forget this.
Did you catch it?
I've seen it. I'm just not a big
fan?
I mean, no. I love tits.
Oh, that's all I'm talking.
Yes, but like she just never checked the boxes for me. I don't think she's good looking.
I think she's an attractive girl.
I think we found
she's
the
not
one
ugly.
thing we disagree on.
She's not ugly by any means, but like I don't find her face attractive.
So I think it's.
has
You don't
face?
see her face much. But yeah.
I don't think it's classically attractive. In like the Hollywood sense of the term. But I do think that she's attractive. She's not like. I don't have like a crush on her or anything like that. She's not like,
A lot of people do. Like, she's like the
I'm just
next hot
talking.
thing, yeah.
But I have a crush on that dress.
It's nice.
It was a nice dress.
It's also, just fashion wise, it's not something I've seen.
Yeah.
The way it's cut
and the way it moves around the body and stuff.
It's
all true.
Kudos to the designer,
I'm still stuck on the
and the fact that you don't even see any fucking skin, really.
Right.
So like,
And yet,
great job, great tits.
great tits. And God bless her.
God bless those tits.
Yeah, God bless her. Like it stopped me dead in my tracks. I forgot about 6'7" altogether for if only for a minute. That's all the intro I had. I just wanted to make sure I wanted to make sure it didn't get past you.
No, things like that wouldn't get past me.
Good. I take resolve in that. All right, so let's fucking rock and roll then. This might be a short show because we just recorded on Friday and now we're recording again on Monday.
2 days later.
Only time will tell. Joe, you should have got your coffee first, but I fucked up. Farrell, how was your nerd week? It was the paper cup that threw me off, and then it was like a situation I had to deal with.
Hand him a paper cup. Fill this up, please.
So, straight into it, I guess.
Okay, let's go. We're gonna start. We'll start heavy.
So after Friday's recording, I went to Frederick and I met
Big city, the big city.
the big city. I met my aunt for coffee.
Where at?
Gravel and Grind.
I'm not sure if I've
Sounds
been there.
familiar.
I asked because coffee. There's some good coffee spots in Frederick, and I'm always looking for the next best one.
Yeah, Gravel and Grind, I think is what it's called. I mean, decent coffee.
Yeah.
I just got drip coffee.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen her.
What's the relation?
Oh, this
I know
is-
you're
this is maternal.
This is my mother's side.
mother, sister.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and she's the only person on my mother's side that I have any contact with at all. And I haven't seen her in almost 3 years. So she's been hounding me for a while, so I said, "Hey, look, I'll be in the area. I'll stop by, have coffee, whatever." And almost immediately, I realized why I wasn't super excited about hanging out with her and talking to her, because all she wants to do is talk about the family drama. Right.
She needed an outside source who understands the family to talk with.
But
about.
without knowing that I have moved on from it and don't want any part.
I mean, does she not know that you're not in contact with anybody else?
She knows.
So like she should
But
know
you're-
that's a thing, that you don't want anything to do with the drama.
But I don't think it can overcome the fact that she can have this relatable conversation with a person that knows all of the players, and she knows that he doesn't communicate with them.
Yeah, so he
it's
can say-
completely
yeah.
safe.
Yeah. Someone to talk to confidentially.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, so I got some more evidence to back up my theory of how fucked up. Like, if you can have a genetic, like, it's like they have a trait that makes them vindictive, petty,
manipulative.
It's so fucking weird. So without like, cause I know that like Bobby and I have talked about it a little bit in the past. So, my mom, my aunt, my uncle, 3 kids under their parents, right? Grandfather's dead. So it's just my grandmother left. So there's infighting between the 3 siblings to the point that now none of them talk to each other. Mm-hmm. There is 0 like lawsuits between each other kind of stuff. And now my mom and her mother, my grandmother, don't talk because of a whole slew of things, one of which might include like legally stealing the only asset that my grandmother has by getting her name onto the lease or the mortgage at the title of the house, and then now changing the locks and not letting her back in. My uncle telling his kids if they try to have a relationship with one of the other 2, my mom or my aunt, then they will be disowned. So they just create these islands for themselves and push everybody out and fuck everybody's lives up, and then wonder why they're fucking alone.
So it's, to me, it's very normal. Like, just from all the family dynamics, I don't know that many people, but most of them have fucked up family dynamics with similar issues. And so I think that's just humans. Like, your mom's side has issues, or you have issues with your mom. Chris, you heard talk about the other day, there's like one aunt that like no one fucking talks to because same shit.
No, you're talking
Right.
one.
I think that's fairly common, where there's the quote unquote black sheep.
Yeah.
The ones that the family is just in shambles.
Yeah.
I think is a bit less common.
Right, like
Yeah.
everybody, like it's a web of hate between them now. There's no alliances. Back when I was a kid, I remembered like this aunt, this uncle would get together and they'd talk shit about that. And
Vote
then, like,
that one off the island.
yeah,
then
then
those
2
3 get together.
and
They vote
2
that
months
one off the
later,
island.
like there's a falling out between these 2, and they kind of bring that one back in off the, that was off the island. Now they're back on, and like that to me feels normal. That's like normal infighting. This is like hurtful, spiteful, vindictive.
So like
If you talk to that person,
Yeah.
I'm going to cut you out of my will.
So, like, you gotta find the source, right? Because all these things come from a common factor, which is your grandparents. Like, how were they? If you know, maybe they were really fucked up people and they bred some fucked up kids.
To me, they were fine.
Okay, I don't know how.
I don't know how they.
How do you end up with
how
like a
the
whole
grandparent-grandchild relationship
Is always
never
different.
an honest one.
Right.
Yeah, so you don't know how. Yeah, you don't know how they were with your parent. Oh, your.
My
that
grandmother has never crossed a single person in her existence, and I dare you to say otherwise.
right?
But it's like,
A fucking saint.
but just hearing all of that again.
Well, it reinforces the idea that you were right. You don't want to be in any of that shit.
Sure. But it's like, and I had to, like, she was like, "Hey, we should do this again," and I started to be like, or not. But I was like, you know what? Let me go process this, because I like at some point I need to tell her, like, look, if we're going to have a relationship, I don't want to hear about them.
Are you? I'm asking for relatability purposes. Are you not curious?
I used to be,
Okay.
right, and I found that curiosity only kept
Killed the cat.
it only kept me in their orbit,
Yeah.
which only caused me pain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So like at some point, like when I told my mother, and it was a weird thing to say, and I was trying to be hurtful, but I told her, like, you should have a funeral because your son is dead to you. Like, don't ever call me again. I'm done. Like when I had to do that, because that was the only way to cauterize the wound, to stop the bleeding, because it was a history of 29 years, 28 years of just every time I tried to create a boundary or do whatever, it was just weasel your way in, lie, pain.
I mean, yeah, like
Yeah.
relationships. Like, you got. I don't think cutting people off is the worst thing ever. People say that, but especially with family, people are really against cutting off family. I'm just like, why?
I think it can go. I think the people that say that have a solid family. That's my view on it, right? Like a perception is reality type of thing, right? So like Laura's family, solid as fuck. But they have their little tiffs, and this one makes a little error in etiquette, and this one didn't bring the fucking fruit salad like she was supposed to or whatever. Like
Normal shit.
That's normal shit. Yeah.
correct.
RSVP to a party, then don't show up.
We'll
make
get
a
there.
bad
We'll get there.
excuse.
We'll get there. But like, you know, and sometimes more egregious, and that's her business. So I'm fine exposing mine, but I won't necessarily expose hers. But you know, there's family dynamics in her family where it's like, man, this individual here, life's red carpet kind of rolled out for them at the expense of this other individual here, or you know what I mean. But they're still family. You know, we're still good. This, that, and that. I think that when they say things like, well, you know, they're family, don't cut them out. It's because they have a family with a solid foundation where these trespasses can occur, but the foundation is strong enough to stand the test of those
Fences get
trespasses.
mended and
When you have a family that's just, it's in ashes and debris, and you try to tell somebody like, I have to cut them out, and they say that, they're speaking from their perspective, and they'll never understand that your family is completely unreliable, that in some cases there's not even love there, and in even more rare cases it has been replaced with hate. And you know, and I think that's why they say it, because they have that situation where they can see that like, okay, this sucks, and I don't like this about this person, but the benefits that we get from having them still a part of us, and the relationship is still worth it in the end. And they don't understand those families where it's not.
Well, like that makes sense to me. But like, don't you know people whose family is in shambles, but they won't let go because they're the one who says you shouldn't, let go of family, and their situation sucks.
So I think
When you're like, maybe you should cut them out, and they're like, no.
So I think when I think of those circumstances, like they're not hard, they're not easy to find when I go through. And I'm not saying they don't exist, but it usually falls back to like a black sheep type of thing. And then sometimes even with a black sheep, when you have a strong enough family, they can actually help a black sheep.
Yeah.
You know, but
or it makes the rest of the family tighter because they're dealing with
deal with one fuckhead.
yeah.
but like this
I feel
one
like it's usually an uncle. Just putting that out there.
but I mean
The one at Thanksgiving. That's what I know.
like, and it is extended beyond into my aunt's world too. Like her daughter-in-law now won't let her into the house,
Oh my god.
and it's like
That's
generational.
generational,
Right.
and it's like skipping bloodline too.
Right.
It's
just-
like marry into this fucking
And
shit.
I don't know if it's like we're predisposed to find fucked up people, and you get enough of that, like we're attracted to fucked up people, so you get enough of them together. Like this is the inevitable, situation. But yeah, it's so I had to call my dad about it. And just to tell him, because he understands all the players the same way that my aunt dropped it on me.
Right.
And I asked him, I was like, hey, look, are you cool with me telling you this stuff? Because he got divorced and fucked off.
Yes.
Right.
He's,
the smart thing to do.
and he was like and I find out later that he was trying to adopt, not to adopt me, but to have full custody.
Right,
And
right.
My mom wanted the money from him, so she kept me. But she at first was like, no, you can take him. Like, I don't.
We have a lot in common.
Yeah, I was gonna say this sounds familiar.
I'm 22 years old and I want to have my life, and what am I going to do with a kid? And then she was like, yeah, but it's like $600 a month. So like, okay.
$20 is $20.
Exactly. So I asked him, like, are you cool with me telling you this? And he was like, yeah, I think you need to tell me, and I can weather it. I haven't had to deal with it. And he's like, do you remember when I had to stay with him? So I told you I moved into my grandmother's
Upstairs.
upstairs. I moved out of there when they tried to drop a BGE bill that wasn't mine on me. Right. So the grandma will do that too. Like, $3,000. Yeah. He's been living there the whole time. Try to put it in my name. So, but I was getting deployed with a guard. So I was like, hey, I need to get out of here. And my dad was like, yeah, come stay with us. You got 4 months until you're going overseas. Like, break that lease, get out of it, come stay with us, whatever. And just like that couple of months living there, he was like, do you remember asking me this question? We were sitting at like family dinner or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is how real families are. And And I was like, yeah, I do kind of remember that. He's like, yeah. He's like, I wish I could have gotten you out of it earlier.
Yeah.
And then like a buddy of mine growing up, one thing he said to me, which I'll like forever remember, we were drinking and everything. He's like, you know what? For somebody who was never raised by anybody, you turned out pretty decent.
Turned out feral.
I was like, thanks, man. He's like, you're fucked up. But it's not as bad as I would have thought.
Yeah. Take it.
Yeah.
I'd take that.
So, okay, enough of the trauma. Well, not really. More trauma. So last night, I watched the 60 Minutes interview of Donald Trump.
First time in 5 years or some shit like that?
Yeah. And
I watched it as well.
yeah.
I didn't. Go ahead. Fill me in what's going on with the world.
So I thought the reporter did a good job.
60 Minutes. Who was that?
I think CBS.
No,
Oh,
is that-
Nora.
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 Oh, nobody. It used to be like that.
There's still some classic players in there.
Yeah, he left.
Dan Rather? I don't remember.
Yeah, he left.
I fuck with 60 Minutes overall.
Yeah, overall.
Just putting that out there. Like I don't
They've
watch
been
it.
around since I remember watching TV.
Yeah, I don't watch it very often, but like, well, so side note, I
great
have this
branding.
I have this. We'll get back to the Trump interview in just a minute, but like, I have this complex with my wife. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've talked to her about it.
Compound or
No. So I feel like every time I tell her, so I feel like she often tells me I'm not happy. You know, she wishes that I was happy, you know, and all this stuff. And I feel like I always tell her these things that make me very happy. And then the moment I tell her that,
they never happen again.
we never do it again. So, for years, quietly to myself, my wife and I used to have a Sunday evening ritual as long as I wasn't working on Sundays. We watched 60 Minutes in bed. At 8 o'clock, we would order a pizza. We'd watch The Simpsons, whatever that 8:30 filler show was that they couldn't quite figure out.
PJs.
It could be one among many. The 9 o'clock show was Family Guy, and then the 9:30 show moved along too. But it was 2 hours of like comedy cartoons. After 1 hour
American Dad.
Yeah, American Dad was in the mix. Bob's Burgers was still in there when we were doing it. King of the Hill was on there for a bit.
That tells you how long ago that was.
Yeah, and we watched. So we watched 1 hour of real life stuff, and then 2 hours of nonsense that was funny that we could eat pizza and lay together. And I was at a Tool concert with my wife and my sister-in-law, who just got engaged. And while at this Tool concert, we went out to eat prior to, and she said, like, like, well, what do you guys really enjoy? What do you, because we were, grown and we didn't have kids yet. No, did we? I don't think so. And I was like, I'm kind of fortunate where like my favorite thing on the planet is to watch 60 Minutes and then 2 hours of cartoons with my wife in bed and a warm pizza. And I get to have my favorite thing in life every week. We never did it again. We never did it again. After that night, we never did it again. And this isn't the only time that's happened. But I've pointed out things like, hey, this is another example. There's one like we found this new routine where Friday's New Music Friday, right? So my wife works on Fridays, so she has a commute an hour there, roughly 45 minutes back, and she would go through new music on her commute to and fro, and I would go through new music because I'm addicted to it on Friday. And then Friday night we would sit together, have a couple drinks, open a bottle usually. Split a bottle,
Not a box, so actual bottle.
a bottle, which
Fancy.
thank you. Yeah, well, so it's a big deal when we open a bottle. It's a ritual. When we have a box, it's because we're just getting through life. Order,
There you go.
or so to speak, order a pizza and share music with each other, one song for one song. And really listen to it, and then talk about it, like what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it. And I was like, this is my new favorite thing in life. We never did it again.
God, that is awful. That sounds like hell.
And like,
Stop pointing it out.
yeah, I know. But that's my thing is I have to let everybody know what I think about everything at every given moment. It's my curse, But anyway, continues. That's why I think I have a soft spot for 60 Minutes.
Yeah. So like, I thought the reporter did a good job, like a B plus.
Better than Joe Rogan?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't watch any of those, but
Yeah.
I knew he made a circuit
Yeah.
of
well, so, like-
podcasts.
So
A PR run.
they did their research, right, as 60 Minutes does. They did a good job, and they refuted a lot of the things that he was saying that were, in my opinion, lies. I know that there's going to be people that disagree with me on that. And they pushed back a little bit in the actual interview, but when they couldn't get the desired outcome, they would cut to a produced, here's the evidence of why we think he's lying.
Love it.
Right. Which is great because I think people need to hear that he's not telling the truth all the time.
Yeah.
That he isn't the thing that some people think he is.
It's almost like he is in a profession of politics.
Right, right.
But the question is, like, we know this. Well, like, a lot of, if you're not like politically brain rotted, we know that people lie, right?
Right.
And then if we care enough, we would look up the truth,
Right.
Or we would be accepting to the truth when presented to us,
Or at least an alternative point of view at
Yes.
minimum.
Yeah, so the question is, like, does it even matter evidence is presented when people are either not watching it or like they don't care what reality is?
Well, I think it does matter in the sense that, you know, we're coming up on midterm elections in a year, right? That you have to get the other, like, that's the whole point of the two-party system, is that they're contentious.
Right.
So if you just allow the lies and the people believing the lies and not questioning anything, then the power swings so far one way that it's not contentious anymore, and that's not the point of.
no, that's
So
not,
like you have to they have I mean, that's why the media, as much as, you know, they get criticism for, is always against the sitting president, is because they have to be contentious to keep the whole
it's a check
system
and balance.
moving.
But,
right?
but that's what I'm saying. What does it matter? Like, no, it should. I think it matters. Regardless of the outcome, you should try to present the
Right.
truth. But I'm saying, in the grand scheme of things, does it matter when people are not receptive to the truth anyway? Like, doesn't matter what you present. There are people who just don't fucking care.
Well, I
you know,
think, I
either
think there's
they
like a percentage that's just going to naturally be whatever.
I think,
but I think
it seems
right
like a high
now-
percentage is the
Right
problem.
now, it's getting higher, which is the problem. Right.
Yeah, because like it's one of those things where I like it. The what you're saying, the way 60 Minutes is doing stuff is it's the way that a lot of like YouTube like commentary channels does
Yeah.
things. They would like talk shit about somebody, but then it's like, oh, here's a clip of this guy saying this. No, perfect.
Well, and like,
But then you see in a comment section, or you see people refuting. It's like, oh, it's the 100% most used excuses is out of context, and sometimes like it's not out of context, or the context doesn't matter. Like this thing that you said, it doesn't matter.
just does it like he said that the economy is great and the cost of goods are going down.
Yeah, that's not true.
Right. It's just
Isn't we have massive layoffs right now?
yeah, it's just not true.
Yeah, I think there's
Amazon is laying people off.
Yeah,
UPS is laying people off.
100,000 out of the top 10 tech companies.
Yeah,
100,000 layoffs are planned. So it's like, and I'm not against all of Trump's policies. You know, I think there's, but like, you know, they asked him a question.
He's a known
about-
liar, though. We know
Yeah.
that. Well, people should know that.
almost like he's got a career in politics.
But the problem is people like still would not believe that he's a known liar. It's crazy
Yeah.
to me.
So I'm waiting to find the politician that's a known truth teller. Like
luck with that.
Honest Abe, you know?
Those people don't run for office. It's
Yeah.
or
Really?
win,
Or they don't win.
Yeah, don't win. Yeah.
So like the craziest thing out of all of this, like, and he lied a bunch, and CBS or 60 Minutes did their best to frame it the way that they wanted to present it. And there's going to be some degree of hamming up certain sides of it in order to whatever. But the craziest thing is this whole Venezuela stuff, right? We have a carrier strike group in the Caribbean, 10,000 troops in Puerto Rico, ready to invade Venezuela. the hotbed of anti-American, like our biggest, like, oh God, Venezuela's going to come fucking after us. No, they're not. No, they're fucking not. You know, and
I know they had an unhinged president back in the days.
They have one now.
they have
they have one now? Okay.
But like, not our business, right?
Yeah, that's my very libertarian view also.
And it's like, it's kind of like the Middle East all over again, back to 2001 or 2000.
I mean, it's a nice distraction for things that are actually happening bad back home.
Because guess who has the biggest oil reserves in the world?
Yeah.
Venezuela.
We know that. Like, I mean, that was the
So another
that was
generation
around like
of,
what 10 years ago when they were like, they won't give us oil, whatever the fuck.
yeah, another generation of kids will go to a fucking war against a fucking country that we can't fucking defeat, and just over and over again.
Mountains there too.
Yeah. A little bit more tree cover though.
It's very true. I will say, so this is according to, and this is just objective, according to the Consumer Price Index, the CPI, the price of beef is up 13.9%. Eggs are up 10.9%.
Oh, not the eggs. Fuck.
Milk is up 1.7%. Coffee is up 20.9%. Rice and pasta is down 0.8%. Thank God.
From when though?
From 2024 to 2025.
Okay.
Our people are fine, Bobby.
And peanut butter is down 1.8%.
Oh.
I'm a fan of both pasta and peanut butter, to be fair.
Same here.
I'm a fan of rice, obviously.
Obviously.
But like, so I want to chime in too on those, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
I think that there was severe time restrictions on this interview, and she mentioned it. Yeah, that's fucking fair.
So I read it was a 73-minute. They have 73 minutes of raw footage.
Okay, so given that this is what I want to credit her with. She touched on every hot button. There was not one hot button that was left untouched.
Economy,
immigration, Israel,
the running for a third term,
Ukraine, Venezuela, economics. Like, she touched on everything. But I think the reason why we got those framed evidence suggesting different or what have you is because she didn't have time to debate with him.
Right.
Yeah.
She had to get his point of
It
view.
wasn't a waste of time anyway.
Yeah,
and he
He's not
wasn't
going to say
gonna-
anything wrong.
Right.
He'll never
he was
admit
just going to be like, nope, you're wrong.
He was going to play the game.
Yeah.
But can I say this? I love the amount of contempt he says Biden with. Every time it works for me, he's like, Biden. Like, it's like poison coming off of his lips, and it makes me laugh every single time.
I just
It's disgusting to me. It's just like, oh.
Well, I mean, because I think it's not because he hates the dude, right? Because people say Trump the same way, right?
Yeah, no.
Trump, like they say it like that, but like it's literally the aesthetic, like the sonics of it. The acoustics of the way it comes out is funny to me. Biden, it's something about it. I don't know what to say. Secondly, she gave him a little backhand with it, which we did discuss. But she was fair in the fact that like love him or hate him, I hate all politicians. Objectively, he's made some pretty good moves in the Middle East as of late between Israel, Palestine, etc. And she said it. She was like, "You've done this. You've done this. Now, what's the plan going forward, or whatever?" And then she said, "As fragile as it may be," she had to throw that in there as a little, you know what I mean? But she gave him a tip of the hat, which I respect when people are having a conversation specifically with a controversial or divisive person when they say, okay, and here is a little star for,
To be fair.
yeah. Exactly. So I respected that about it too. I think she did the best she could have done.
I agree.
Yeah.
And like B+ is like, it's unfair to her, but I think that's the best grade that she could have got given
The confines.
that he didn't like actually respond.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it's like he wasn't going to have a conversation about 90% of that stuff.
Yeah.
So you can't get an A+ because the subject matter is just
It's handicap.
Right.
You had a handicap.
Yeah.
You're starting with a negative, so.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think there was nothing after it was over that I was like, man, I wish I could see what he had to say about this.
Yeah, because
Does it matter what he says about anything?
Well, I mean, no, I'm just saying that, like, let's say that I think Farrell was concerned that Venezuela wouldn't get brought up at all.
Yeah, because I thought it was too new.
Right, but it got brought up, so you got to see what he had to say about it. Right, wrong, indifferent, believe him, don't believe him. You still got to hear it from the horse's mouth. Yeah, there was nothing that, like, man, when it was over, I was like, man, I wish I could have seen how he reacted to just this, because even when he didn't say anything,
it's still a
he's
reaction.
still saying something.
Yeah.
If you're paying attention.
One of the other crazy ones was so they asked him about the ICE raids, right? And they framed it in the way that I expected them to frame it, like tear gas in the streets of Chicago, and tackling a woman in a courthouse, like just outside of the courtroom.
Right.
Obviously, she had, they want to present the idea that she had just left her immigration hearing, and then here ICE is tackling her in the hallway. And they're like, "Do you think that this has gone too far?" And the most unhinged comment I think he made was, "I don't think it's gone far enough." And it's like
he backed that up with, and I'm just playing devil's advocate to it, because I do think that we're not handling this situation with, like, it's the whole scalpel versus the butcher knife thing, right? And that's how I feel about it. But he did say, because she let it off once again with a little gold star for him. She was like, since your presidency, illegal immigration is down 55%, the lowest of any U.S. president in X amount of history. Now, with that being said, when is enough? Have you gone too far? Right? And I think that he was saying we haven't gone too far because my goal is 100%.
Which is an unobtainable goal.
Sure. Yeah. But I think that's
But that's, a lot of people are saying that's the issue. It's like when you set it an unobtainable goal, you're just saying this will be the normal going forward.
And then you can have unlimited power to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, unlimited power. Well, it's just like that.
More.
That whole that thing that he hasn't used yet, that he keeps threatening to use. Insurrection Act. Yeah. And a lot of Republicans are like, dude, we got to be careful, because whatever we do, they can do. And it's true. That's the balance of power you're constantly looking for, where they're constantly afraid that the other person gets the chance to play king. And I don't mean that in the no kings way.
Well, I mean, but I think there's a lot of people that are worried that is what it is, though, because the Insurrection Act is a temporary monarchy kind of power, right? Like it means that you can bring every federal agency, and this was not supposed to be it was there originally, maybe not originally, but like the idea of it was there originally, but the federal government was limited in power.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Way smaller. So now you've got this thing that it's in name the same thing, but it's fucking Megatron.
Right.
Right? Like it's fucking huge.
Fans Toys Megatron.
Right?
We haven't got a Fans Toys Megatron yet.
God willing. So it's like it is an immense amount of power.
No, I agree. But I'm saying that
to employ the Insurrection Act now is not the same as Lincoln. 100%. And it's not the same.
100%.
You can say about policies.
No. We're in total agreement there. But I'm saying I think that's even why his kind of the Republican allies are kind of like, look, relax. because that shit can swing the other way too.
Well, and also it's kind of the nuclear option for what we have as a country, right? Because like, what politician's going to turn it off?
Exactly, none.
And not just like
none.
They'll get to use it next. There might not be elections after that.
Well, even if there are, there won't be anybody.
Right.
There's never been a case that I can think of in American history where a president walked into having more power and was like, you know what?
Let me give this.
I don't need all that.
Yeah. So
that's.
I mean, the only thing that's
it's almost like they have a career in politics.
I mean, the thing is, people don't look at it that way, but I always look at the end results of things at the most extreme. It's just like the government, agencies are all made of agents, which are just fucking people. At some point, I would think there's going to be a breaking point in which people just don't fucking do what they're supposed to anymore, or listen. Or the problem is the one difference between America and a lot of other countries is we have more guns than people. Like, if some people decide to like fuck it, I'm done. Like, our Civil War is not going to look like anyone else's Civil War.
No.
No, but there are a
like-
difference in guns and capability. Like I don't.
But the way of just having a dictatorship regime just trying to roll over the whole country would not work the same way in America as it might work in some other country.
I can tell you one way they could easily do it. Turn off cell phones. Just kill that grid right there, and the people would fucking stop immediately.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like if they're talking about like.
but it'll be just anarchy.
but if-
I don't think
yeah,
they're
if
going to
there's-
control.
I agree. If they're still talking about rolling in with armed people and taking control, which I think is, you know how I feel about stuff like this. I feel like it gets too into like the
Yeah.
extreme conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
But like, you know, people always say like, I hear, you know, on the, because like I'm not a gun guy, but I'm pro Second Amendment.
Yeah.
I always hear people say like, you know, well, what, you know, it's to protect you from the government. But what is your fucking, you know, your revolver going to do when the Marines show up at your front door? And it's like, well, what were they able to do in Afghanistan? Because they didn't have the same military power, and they were able to hold on.
Yeah, but
And I would imagine when it gets to that extreme that like not every fucking military person is going to be on board, like with
Right.
whatever is going on. I would hope.
I think you'd be. The military does a pretty good job of indoctrinating people.
Oh, I know, but like I'm saying, I feel like there's a breaking point somewhere down the line. I would hope.
Yeah, I mean-
as much as like I shit on humanity and the way that people are, I still think there's a breaking point for a lot of people.
That makes noise.
Hey, look at that.
But Joey believing in the
Like,
goodness
when
of
enough
people.
negative to bring,
when you
Joey
go
back to
far enough,
positive.
I think people are also just different enough. Right?
Yeah.
You make all the soldiers the same, right? That's indoctrination. Make everybody the same, but underneath they're still different. Like when you start rolling into someone's neighborhood that they grew up in, they might not feel the same anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you
think
can send them.
hopefully.
You can send them to somebody else's neighborhood.
Like,
Yeah.
Good luck with the logistics on that. We can't do
AI,
shit.
buddy. AI.
I can't wait.
But what about the calculator coming to the iPad?
Finally, you got it.
I think that's a good ribbon to tie that one up with.
Yeah, yeah. I thought I had something else, but I guess not. So I'll end.
I
with,
thought I had more notes, but maybe I didn't.
I'll end with. So I'm sorry that I couldn't join you guys for Trick or Treat on Friday. I heard it was a great time, and I heard you saw a lot of ghosts and monsters. So Joey, why don't monsters eat ghosts?
Because they're not physical. I don't know.
Because they taste like sheep.
I thought you were better than this. Pinkerton has been gone too long.
Joey, how is your nerd weeks?
I have a lot of bullshit on my list.
Is a lot of sheep.
Bullshit.
I watched Nosferatu.
Oh, did you?
I could have just watched Dracula instead.
So I gave that, like, it was an unpopular opinion at the time. I gave that movie a C plus.
Yeah.
I gave it just a solid C.
I would give it the same. I like the atmosphere. I like the monster. I think the acting was great. Portrayal was great. The ending was cool.
I have my thoughts about
You don't like the mustache.
I don't like the mustache for one, the flavor saver.
Yeah.
Although if one monster were to have a flavor saver, it makes the most sense for a vampire
Yes.
to be that monster.
Oh,
Just drink your soda the way you normally do. It achieves the same result.
Now you're at a flavor saver.
But I hate how slow he talked.
I mean, he
Can
was
you imagine having dinner with that dude?
he was monstrous though, right? He was very not human at all.
You pass the salt. I was like, dude, just write it down or something. Like, I don't have all night.
Yeah, he was.
It'd be the only time somebody asked me to pass the salt when in between the request, I continue eating. You know?
Yeah, because he was nowhere remotely close to just like a person whatsoever. So like it makes sense that he would talk that way because he's completely alien, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically most of the story beat was for Dracula because it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So The entire time I was like, I could have just watched Dracula.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a different ending, right?
Yes,
It's-
the ending was cool. I like the ending.
yeah, but still with that, I have issues with the ending also. Because like I get it. I don't think I bought it. At the end of the day, I understand what I'm supposed to buy. The connection between those two.
Yeah.
But the fact that like they couldn't explain to me why she had the connection.
She has some witch blood or some shit like that.
Yeah, but
She has magic blood.
that's not it wasn't enough for me to
Because
sell
it was like a drug to him, basically.
Yes, but in the end, for him not to have that moment of self-preservation, of just saying like, I'll come back and finish this tomorrow.
I mean, you tell that to a guy sucking a dick for a fucking coke, for some heroin on the side of the street, right? Like you think they'll quit before
so
that?
I don't get the same when you see a drug addict and you see their total addiction to a way of life.
Yeah.
I don't see that with him, with her at the same level. And not necessarily even any more than I see him as just a bloodsucker. You know?
Yeah, I would have liked to see the descent more. Like for him, like the descent into madness of
Yes.
meeting her.
Yes.
Right? That would have sold it.
Yes. 100%.
We agree.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yep.
Watched.
But great directing, great cinematography.
Yes.
Like
Look
the vibe was right. But
Yeah.
it didn't nail it for me.
Yes, it could have been. It could have been better.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's when I'm like
Most disappointed.
More disappointed.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it could have been better.
Yeah.
You had something there.
You had it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had all the right ingredients, but you put the eggs in at the wrong time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Started watching. I've talked about this before. Physical 100. It's like a Korean show, like that 100 of the best athletes.
Okay.
compete.
Okay.
So there are 2 seasons of those. Now we're in Physical Asia.
Physical Asia.
It's season 3. So they have like 6 athletes from multiple countries.
Okay.
Physical Asia. So Asia, right?
I get it.
So they got like Philippines. Manny Pacquiao was there. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah. For
a hell of an
Philippines. Yeah, they got Japan. They got Korea. They got Turkey, which is partly Asian.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
continental wise.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Maybe even a bridge.
they have Australia. Huh. And now I was maybe I'm racist because I was really put off by that.
Yeah. No, I am too.
was super put off by that.
I am too.
We have other countries you can pull from.
Yeah.
Why?
Don't they fight bears in Russia sometimes? Like
Right. And if you want white people, go get Russians.
Yeah.
Because they are Asian.
Right. Yeah.
Why Australia?
Yeah.
I didn't understand. Like, I enjoyed the show. It's not over yet. I didn't realize this was a 2-parter. Watched 6 episodes. But the entire time, I was distracted. And, like, I wish that Australian people
Is that
weren't
because
there.
you're racist?
Is that what it is? That's what I was wondering. Am I racist or are they not fucking Asian because Australia is
Am I the racist Nerd Rage host?
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Ta-da!
But like,
It was you all along.
surprise, motherfucker. Because like Asia is a continent, right? Mm-hmm. So if we're talking about continent, like Europe, America, South America. Australia is its own continent. It's a country,
continent.
but it's its own continent.
Yeah, and I'd be down for an Australia body build or whatever the body,
It's what they
physical
call like
power man. whatever.
Oceania.
Oh yeah,
the region.
Pan Oceania is its own quote unquote continent. It's like all the islands lumped together.
Like
it's because they don't have their own fucking place.
and all
Yeah.
that is
But
considered.
that's not what they called the show.
Yeah, it's Asia.
Called the show Asia.
right, but I'm saying like it is a different.
It's a completely different continent. Even
Or
if you
even
count
region.
Oceania
Yeah.
is a whole other continent. So like I was really
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm with you. We agree on that as well.
name should mean something.
Yeah, and to me, it's not even a race thing, right? Like, if
It's
they
a
had
continent thing. It's a regional.
exactly. If they had an Aborigine,
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, sorry,
no.
you don't get to compete. You're not from Asia.
Yeah. Like I said, I would have been fine with Russian. You bring them a bunch of huge Russian dude, might seem unfair, but they're fucking
I'd be
Asian.
okay if it brought in a bear from Russia that was just trained enough
At least it was
to compete.
It was an
At
Asian
least
bear.
it was an Asian bear.
An Asian, like a Russian bear versus a panda bear.
Oh my god, that'd be the biggest L China ever took.
Unless the Russian bear is like emaciated,
I mean,
like no energy left. He's like
it's a Stalin era Russian bear.
Oh my god.
living off 1 ounce of government cheese.
The panda bear will still lose because they're fucking dumb and they kill themselves.
Yeah.
Have you
They do.
watched a panda?
They just wouldn't fuck.
They shouldn't
Yeah, they
exist.
don't do that either.
Like, I know we fucked up their habitat, or whatever, but it's too late for that. Like,
Yeah.
they're not meant to exist. If you just look at them in the zoo, they
They're
are
tired.
fucking stupid.
Yeah, that makes them super cute.
Yes.
Yes.
But super not meant to survive.
no, and they don't care about survival.
No, they don't. They're fucking dumb.
You know,
Kind of like me.
that's that famous Robin Williams.
But
bit.
you don't actively do dumb shit that will get you killed. Not often enough on a daily basis.
Robin Williams said that
Are you
pandas
sure about that?
pandas were the biggest strain on the globe. That like all we do is invest money and effort into saving their species. Then we put that they don't give a shit. We'll even put like a male and a female panda in the same cell that are both of the same age, and the female goes into heat, and they're like, "All right, let's save the species." And the male just looks at you like, "I would never fuck her." You a panda, you know, I'd never fuck her.
Yeah, as a species, I think they're actively trying to go extinct and we're not letting them.
They're just somersaulting their way into because they love a good somersault.
Yeah, they fucking do. Fuck. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Did you?
What did they do?
The new one.
No,
Oh, okay.
You said you know what they did last time. What did they do?
They got some guy killed.
Oh.
Old
And now they're paying for it.
classic trope.
And,
Yeah,
And
so-
now they need to die.
So like I know it just came out recently. I know so it's not numbered, but it is a sequel. It's got Jenna Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. in
Oh,
it
really?
As
So it's a continuation, not a reboot.
yes,
Okay.
but they're not the main character, but they are
It's in
characters in the
universe
same
and-
universe.
yeah, cool.
yeah. So now I like the premise of how they are tied in and the ending, the plot twist and stuff. And it's much like Nosferatu, like they could have had an actually decent movie that is kind of a meme movie. But like I'm just tired of lazy writing, maybe, or especially in horror movies.
Finally, dude. Thanks for showing up, bro.
And no, especially just in horror movies where people just have to do shit that don't make sense.
Welcome to first quarter 2020.
Well, the thing is, people do dumb shit, and we know this, right? And in context, it can be believable.
People and pandas.
And Panda always though. Panda always. People most of the time.
Okay, fair.
So like I can see if you're in a fucking haunted house and you hear some noise, one dude will go check it out because you're gonna have that one idiot, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just. Bobby,
I think I'm that idiot. Because I'm like, dude, we gotta see. What if it's real ghosts?
Why else did we come here?
Are
Why?
you,
Why
are
did
you
we come
not
here
gonna go
for?
see the real ghost?
100%.
Yeah.
And Bobby will convince me to go, and then I'm like, ah, fuck.
And I'm going like, guys, it's probably a bum with a knife.
And he'll be right.
I don't know why you guys are doing it, but I'm gonna hold this down.
But like, especially in horror movie, maybe it's just because it's most noticeable, and because you know the stakes.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And sort of what's supposed to happen.
yeah, it's just really fucking because you can have bad things happen in the
Good people.
You can have bad things happen to bad people. You can have bad things happen to people without them having to go out of the way to be dumb about it. So I don't know if it's just like bad writing of the story, of lazy writing, or do people not understand how normal humans act in a certain situation? Because that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've seen some people in some pretty like being in spots where they're not used to being in that kind of spot, like a legitimate first time experience, and they normally don't act right.
Right, exactly. That's understandable, but at some point it becomes unbelievable.
I've seen some pretty unbelievable things.
It's like someone is actively, like I've said this before, someone actively trying to kill you. Just do, not ghosts. Do it with a knife.
You know, but it's like the dude that you
with a
see.
mask.
It's like the dude that you see like cutting a branch on a tree, and he's sitting on the cut part. You know, like
I mean, I watch fail videos.
yeah,
I
you know
love
what I mean.
fail
Like you see, that
videos.
shit does exist.
Yeah, people who are like a fucking like 50-foot around tree, and people are trying to pull it with a rope as they cut it.
Yes.
And of course it goes the other way. You're not gonna fucking pull the tree the way you want it to, and
But
it falls on the house and crushes it.
I think stuff like that, it's like it's a tool, right? So that character that's going to go and investigate and die, that character is not meant. That character's only written to die.
Yeah.
You know, just
To introduce the monster.
to introduce the monster and show you what's at stake. right? That ups the level of consequence for the movie, you know. So like,
But they could have given him a better reason to go.
yeah, that's fair.
That's the thing.
That's
They
fair.
could have given him a better reason to go, or you should have shown that in his character he's an idiot all along.
Yeah, and right before he does, it's like, I'm getting no service. Are you getting no service? And I'm not getting any service.
I'm gonna go see if I get some service over there. What the noise is. It's because it sounds like the service right there.
it's
No,
true.
it's like a dude coming after you with a knife. You disarm him and put him down, right? And then you stop, and then you walk off. That to me doesn't make sense.
No.
In a real life situation, because
Agreed.
I've seen plenty of failed videos where someone's robbery gone wrong and they just beat the dog shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
And I love to see it. You know when a guy hops off a moped and trying to like rob some lady, and then like a bunch of people just comes out of nowhere and just start fucking stomping on him.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that
yeah.
seems realistic
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Because I've seen it.
Yeah, maybe. I guess that all checks out.
Yeah, but yeah. So I know what you. If you like, I know what you did last summer, and I know what you did last summer too with Brandy. She also, Brandy from I Know What You Did Last Summer too. Also, is it Brandy and Monica? I think it's Brandy. Made a guest appearance also in this movie. To tie it all together.
One a fun bit of. I'm not sure if it's a hot take from me, but it's a take from me that people don't often consider because they forget about her. So Brandy always had that good girl image. That was like her thing, right? Like, I'm the girl next door. And because of that, I think she made a lot of boring music. Okay. However, don't get it twisted. Like, if we're talking greatest R&B voices in terms of ability in our lifetime, she's probably in the top 5.
Top
She
5, you think? I think she can sing.
She
She
can
definitely
sing
sing.
her ass off.
Yeah.
You know, now Aretha Franklin existed during our time too, but I'm not counting that because that's not her.
That's beyond.
That's not
beyond.
our time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. That's true. That's true.
Like, Whitney's number 1. That's the greatest
For
voice
sure.
that we lived through.
Yeah.
But-
in her prime when we
Yeah,
were there.
100%.
Yeah. But yeah, but I mean, it worked out for her career though. Brandy.
Yeah. She had a great
worked out for
career.
and,
Yeah,
like,
she had
and
a
she's
great
still
career.
relevant
Yeah.
somewhat. She hosts stuff.
I remember her.
I've seen her on Netflix hosting random shits.
I remember her. Yeah. She's had a great career.
And you do that by having a good image.
Yeah. I remember when the kind of harlot rap started, so to speak, for lack of a better term, like the Little Kims and Foxy Browns. And I remember her making a statement about it, like about like women using their sexuality in hip hop and R&B to move records and how she was against it.
Oh, I don't need to cuss to rap.
Right, exactly. And I remember there was a Foxy Brown interview. It's probably, I bet you it's Googleable, but where she's Googleable, where she said she's welcome to feel that way. I am not really interested in her good girl image, but I wouldn't voice it. You know, and
Kind of classy.
yeah, kind of classic.
Yeah. What else? I watched Reptile. That might be something you would enjoy because it's got Benicio del Toro in it.
What was the name of the movie?
But Reptile.
Reptile.
But not the Mortal
Reptile.
Kombat. Not that kind. That's a good kind. That's cool. I don't know why it's called Reptile. It's like a cop drama. Kind of a murder mystery. Got Justin Timberlake in it. And I think he's a good actor.
he's great.
I like seeing Justin Timberlake in movies, and I feel like he should have done more.
He's great.
Actually, this is kind of recent, so he did. I guess he's still doing movies.
His performance in Social Network is super slept on.
Yeah.
Dude, he was great in that fucking movie. You saw that?
No, I did not.
Oh man, that'd be another one I'd watch with you. Like, just sharp dialogue, like Pulp Fiction-y, like, you know, like it's dialogue driven and it's really clever. But like,
Isn't it rage baity though? Oh no.
I mean, subjective, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not upset by watching it. It's one of those movies for me. It's like Boogie Nights or Pulp Fiction, where I can kind of have that movie on in the background, like people keep the news on or music on.
Oh, when vacuuming.
Or while vacuuming, because the dialogue is so sharp and smart that it feels like music to me. I don't know how to
that cadence
describe
to it?
that. Yeah, but it's just like it's so clever that it's like I can just have it on and listen to it. You know, it's very very few movies are like that for me. But like Boogie Nights, Social Network, Pulp Fiction are like 3 that come right
Hunt for
up.
Red October.
Yeah.
No, but I enjoyed it. It's this more serious, like cop murder mystery drama kind of thing. Benicio del Toro plays an older detective, and like he kind of find out that maybe some of his coworkers on the up and up, and he has to deal with that because this murder came up and they might be tied to it.
Huh.
And they're like reptilian.
maybe that's why it's called Reptile.
Conspiracy theory strikes again.
Perfect.
Have you ever seen another movie, cop movie, Old Detective is in it, called Brooklyn's Finest?
That sounds familiar.
So I slept on that movie
That sounds really familiar.
because I hated the trailer.
Oh,
The trailer looked like a kind of hip hop movie, like one of those movies where it's going to be sold on the strength of the soundtrack instead of the strength of the story.
Yeah.
It was like I think
Like Cradle to the Grave.
I think in my mind anyway, and this way my autistic brain works, is that it plays is just the whole trailer is just images of the movie overrun with Jay-Z and Rihanna's "I'm Gonna Run This Town Tonight," and I was just like, oh, this is a soundtrack movie. But when you watch it, it's actually fantastic. It's a story of 3 cops at different points in their career and how their stories all sort of intermingle into like one major event. Don Cheadle, who you know I'm a huge fan of, Richard Gere, and Ethan Hawke play like the 3. Yeah, it's fucking super slept on cop movie. Fucking fantastic.
I'm gonna put that down too because I feel like when did it come out?
Mid 2000s.
Because I feel like I've seen this before, but I don't remember it. So obviously,
so Richard Gere is like within days of retirement, and he spends most of his time at a brothel with a prostitute that he's actually in love with.
This sounds really. I think I've seen this.
Don Cheadle is undercover in a drug ring, and like right on the verge of closing the case. And Ethan Hawke is like kind of a younger cop, but is having super financial troubles and has his eye on this drug ring that he doesn't know that Don Cheadle's an undercover in, and they all converge, and it's fucking amazing.
hilarity ensues.
That's my favorite.
Maybe not that part.
I mean, depends on your perspective.
Yeah, it's not the funniest movie, but it's quite good.
Speaking of movies that I did not expect to be good because looking at the trailer, because Netflix is awful at cutting trailer. This is an older movie from 2016. Not a great movie, Bobby, so you don't have to pay that much attention.
Thank
but
God.
if you like sci-fi and sci-fi action, kind of sci-fi horror, it's called Spectral on Netflix. If you see it scrolling by it looks like a low-budget B movie. If you let it sit on there and let it play the trailer, it looks like a low-budget B movie. But we were in for some just like fun action movie last night, and we put it on, and it because I guess we maybe also because we came in with low expectations, it was really surprisingly good. The production value was much higher than I thought it would be. The special effects were great. I liked the story enough, and I think it's because they took a lot of beats from Aliens, so that helps them. But yeah,
55% less these days.
55.
The illegal
Is it-
aliens. He's asking how the ice raids go in Spectral.
When are they gonna start coming after me, bro?
No, you're vested.
Well, can't they denaturalize me?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, I guess anything's possible.
So then we'll have a problem.
Yeah,
But just send me back to Hong Kong, China. I
yeah.
guess.
I don't.
I probably won't fare well in China, but I think I'll be fine in Hong Kong.
I don't think you're on their radar.
Yet. At some point, dude, we're 100% out of illegal. So
I heard Barron Trump hates Asians.
You'd be second to last. It's an awful joke. Know my heart, not my words. It's just for the laughs.
Anyway. The movie's called Spectral. If you would like it, if you like 40K,
Okay.
because this got good. It's some war-torn country, but like it's expansive. Like
Is this the U.S.?
not quite. I mean, I don't know where they are, right? But they're in a war-torn country and they're fighting insurgents.
Is it on Earth or is it
on Earth?
Okay.
It's all like I think
Super
it's
future
near
or-
future.
near future?
Near future. I love the terrain, the landscape. Oh, I would love to play 40K on this, or have a game set into this. This like ruins, rubbles, but also kind of like huge industrial buildings and war-torn streets. But like they have new equipment, goggles, and they're starting to see these like apparitions. So they're like the military's like, oh, this must be like fucking super advanced camouflage. We're gonna send people to fight these things and try to take the technology. But you find out they're like ghosts. But you find out they're like not ghosts. They're trying to figure out if they're ghosts, basically. And it's like a horror movie. But it's also sci-fi. And it's good. It's got a robot dog in it.
1 point dog.
Robot dogs are always at least 2 point dogs to me.
AI dog.
Like
2.0.
because robot is 1 point and dog is 1 point, so a robot dog is 2 points.
Fair enough.
For me, specifically.
It's called Spectral.
Spectral, yes.
There's also a great Bad Omens record out right now called Spectre in Your Phone. It's one of my top 5 songs of the year. Check
It's
it
a
out.
pretty good James Bond movie out there. It's also called Spectre, I think.
There you go.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And there's also an Inspector Gadget
Yes. Classic cartoon.
or with Matthew Broderick.
No, cartoon. Classic cartoon.
Woman in Cabin 10,
Okay.
Keira Knightley.
That
Okay.
bitch.
Huh?
Oh, sorry.
Still. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, I know she's too lean for Bobby's taste, but I like me a lean chick also. My taste is wide.
Yeah.
Well,
so to speak.
She looks like she's got like that beauty that's more like royal beauty in a way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's not like
Is the
it's
British
not like,
It's because
influencing
she's so
that, though?
British and so white.
I just said British.
but it's like she's not like
I think they're going hand in hand.
sexy to me.
Oh, she's sexy to me.
But like she's not like oozing.
So I
sexuality.
agree with
She-
you with
she's-
one exception. King Arthur.
Oh yeah, when she was.
She's sexy there.
I don't think I saw that. I have to.
It's good. Antoine Fuqua.
Oh, Anton, what?
Antoine Fuqua. He came up recently in a conversation here.
Yes.
He did Training Day also. And
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a fit girl.
yeah.
But I mean, she's a good actress. I watched actually.
There's a lot of those like British chicks that came out around the same time that were phenomenal. Keira Knightley, Rachel Wise.
Yeah, she was in Mummy.
Yeah, there's another. Well, yeah, that's not her finest performance.
Yes, but that's where you would know her from.
And there's another one too that I'm drawing a blank on. But like, there's a few that came out right, and they all have kind of the similar look, and they're all very talented.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw two things. This is one of two things I saw her in. Woman in Cabin 10. So she's a reporter. She gets invited onto this boat for this super rich people. They're supposed to be nice people. Wife has cancer and they're going to start. They have a foundation and they want some good PR. They have her show up as a reporter to have like a dinner with really rich people for a few days. And
Long dinner.
and she swears
Is Hove there?
it's.
If not, I'm out.
It's maybe it's Italian or French because they have like these long dinners. Right?
Oh yeah, 10 courses.
Yes, one for each day.
Yeah,
When you take a nap between courses, that's crazy.
I'm not anti.
I mean, have you had Thanksgiving in America? You kind of eat at 3, you take a nap, and you wake up and then eat again at 5.
I tell you what, we don't do Thanksgiving the same.
Well, I don't usually do Thanksgiving until Bobby invites me. But I used to do Thanksgiving.
When I used to do it, it would be drink
yes,
and then plate of food to go to sleep.
I like that better than the way I do it.
it's like most Thanksgiving. Even when we've done Thanksgiving in the past, when we did have Thanksgiving, that's what we would like start cooking in the morning.
We might do it this year.
You've been out for a while.
I've been working.
And that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you've been out working
yeah.
because you only get one or the other day
Yeah,
off,
yeah,
so
yeah.
one of the days more important than the other.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? But overnight, she swears someone fell overboard from her room next door, from her cabin. She was in cabin 9 or 8, one or the other. But the woman in cabin 10 fell off the boat. Apparently, she told everybody.
Started drinking again.
Another immigration story.
And then they turn the boat around to trying to find this person, and then there's no person on the water, and then everyone's accounted for on the boat. They did a muster. That's when you get everybody together. And then she's like, I
thought
swear
he
I'm
was
not
a general in the Civil
General
War.
Mustard. General Mustard in the
Custer.
living room with the candlestick.
Sorry, it's Custer.
Yeah, that's Custard.
Yeah.
Mustard is that's who I was in Clue. The Clue.
Yeah,
video.
Colonel Mustard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's give him his proper ranking, shall we?
Colonel Mustard, friend of Colonel Sanders.
Are they the two most famous colonels?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of any.
Solid.
Must be.
Solid choices.
So everyone's looking at her like she's crazy. And then she's like, I swear I'm not crazy. And then she was like, they're next door. And they're like, there's no one in cabin 10. Like, this has been empty this whole time. Like, we didn't book anyone there.
Stowaway.
So, like, but the whole movie goes off from that and it goes in the really fun murder mystery type thing that has, like, good plot if you're interested.
Nice.
Light
but
and jovial drowning at sea story. Yep.
yes.
Standard.
And then being gaslit into not having somebody there at all. The whole boat telling you did not see what you saw.
The old boot. My mom, that's another thing, like manipulation and da-da-da-da. So my mom and my dad, even though my mom took all of his money, both struggled financially in the beginning after the divorce, right? And my mother is the daughter of an immigrant, right? So nothing my dad ever did was good enough, right? I was eating poor man's dinners. It was never good enough. And one time I had a pair of older shoes, and my mother was like I was around my extended family on that side once, and said, like, in front of my whole family at a very young age to me, I'm just childhood trauma. I'm bringing it up. It's said to her mother, "Looks like you weren't the only one right off the boat," and pointed at me and my shoes because my shoes look like shit.
Oh my god, lovely, lovely parenting.
But maybe that's where my sense of humor comes from.
We are all who we are from the past we came from.
It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if we didn't have our exact past, we wouldn't be our exact person. That's
true.
You have to try and be thankful for that, I guess.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yeah. What a lady.
But the super rich guy in this movie, Woman in Cabin 10, is Guy Ritchie.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and of course he's great.
Yeah.
And then I was telling Chris, remember him? He was in like old prosthetics for whatever reason in Prometheus, the alien movie.
Oh, right.
I don't know why they had a young guy play an old guy for no reason.
Yeah, right.
And then and he was in Memento. And she was like, "What's Memento?" I was like, "What's Memento?"
Oh, Lord.
What's Memento? And we immediately put that on afterwards.
Oh, so you watched Memento recently?
Yeah, right after. Remember I sent you the picture of Newmarket Presents?
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like,
That's
this
right.
movie's about to be shit. I'm like, oh, it's Memento now. So you're wrong. I'm sorry.
And I was like, well, it should have been. Or something.
Yeah.
What a great fucking movie.
It's a great fucking movie. And I don't need a remake per se, but I would like to see that movie interpreted in modern times with cell phones. Right? It would take some really clever writing.
Yeah.
But like, I think it would be very interesting if they could do it.
Unfortunately, that's the one thing we don't have.
Cell phones?
Clever writing.
You know what else is like in that same pocket for me as Memento? Perhaps, granted, not as great, but in the family tree, The Machinist.
Oh, with Skinny Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Skinny Batman.
That was one where it was like, holy fuck, man. Like, and a movie that is super slept on that I'm ironically having a hard time remembering the name now.
It's so good. So good.
It is. I'm getting old. I keep wanting
Remember
to
who was
say,
in it?
yes, but I'm not really good with names either. He's like
It's a
the
white lady with a.
he's the white guy that played Ken in that Barbie movie.
Okay, Josh Brolin.
No, that's definitely not him.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. Hold on one second. I'm gonna.
Drive.
I think maybe. Hold on. I think maybe because I keep wanting to say Crash.
No, Crash is the other movie.
I know that's not
really
it.
good.
Actually, I think that movie's super overrated.
Crash.
Yep.
I liked it. It's got
Yeah, a lot of
Brendan
people did. It was
Fraser.
up for awards and all sorts of shit. But I think that. Yeah, I think that is
So
it.
it would make sense to think Crash when it's
Yeah,
Crash.
yeah, I think that is it.
If you drive, you'll crash.
But yeah, it's great, and it's another one of those where it's the ending is the payoff
Yes.
for it, and you're like, holy fuck, dude. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna look through some other ones while you're
Yes.
continuing, but I think it is Drive.
Ron Perlman's in it.
Yeah, we're not in my strong suit. Stay. It's called Stay.
Stay.
It's called Stay.
You can't forget that face.
No.
He knows it, but not by name, but not
no,
by
it's called Stay,
Okay.
and Stay is in that same family tree.
Stay, drive, crash.
That's what happens if you don't stay.
Yes.
Then you drive and crash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. And then lastly, from things I've watched is Black Dove, which is a Netflix series with Keira Knightley, and she's great in it, and I wish I liked it more. Because,
Also a Tori Amos record
yes.
and a good one.
Yes. Well, I mean, Tori Amos, so like, you're saying it's a good record, it's almost kind of like.
And to call back to further back in your notes, also a person who said, "Why do bad things happen to good people?" Sort of famously.
Yes. But it's like a spy thriller, a little bit more down to earth. but I don't. I like her acting. I like the premise of the story, and I like one of the side characters a lot. But like, I don't like her character, not her portrayal, but her actual character in the story. But yeah, she's.
So I looked up a picture of a black dove. Is that not just a pigeon?
Yes, the answer is yes. But she's like this politician's wife, and you find out like she's a spy, and she's been spying for not another country but for some global entity. And there's also assassins, all kinds of stuff you would know in a spy network. And she got in too deep.
Okay.
And she has to figure out. And of course, because she married this guy because of she's spying, right? She likes him. He's a good guy. She thinks he's a good politician and he's going to do good things for the world.
That's good.
And
But she's using him.
And yes, exactly. And has two kids with him. And she loves the kids, obviously, it's her kids. And like he's in line. He keeps moving up. He's in line to be like the next president of the United Kingdom. I don't know what that is.
No, Prime Minister,
something like that.
Yeah.
But like because she doesn't love him, she's been having this side piece.
Optimus Prime Minister.
Yeah, well, if only.
Told you guys he was one of us.
Yes. So yeah, she started having an affair, and that's a huge issue for the spy network because in case you get caught, and also like now they don't know if they can trust her to do her job or what she has told to this other guy, because this other guy just got murdered and seems like an assassination. But a very interesting story overall. I just wish I liked her as a character. Like it's hard for me to like super root for a character whose main motivation is like finding out what happens to the person she's cheating with. Do you know what I mean? Like you have a presented and you think a very good dude and kids, and then you're really driven to throw all that way to find out what happened to this dude you were fucking on the side that you shouldn't have been fucking in the first place.
Right.
So like I'm like,
Yeah, that's your character flaw.
yeah, there's a character flaw that was really hard to, because your motivation now to me is just like I'm not really on board for this. You should have, because
fair.
like her spy handler was like, don't forget about it. Give this shit up. It's a good thing he fucking died.
Italian guy?
Huh?
Italian guy? Forget about it.
No, forget. But no, it's an Asian. There's a white lady,
okay.
older white lady,
Fair
very unassuming, but it makes sense to be a handler. She's like, we'll worry about this part. You just keep being a fucking wife and spying. And then she wouldn't.
Yeah.
And then she just dug up a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
Oh, a woman fucked it up.
Well, one woman tried to tell her not to fuck it up, and then she ends up fucking it up. But yeah, her motivation, I couldn't support. But I watched the whole thing. I enjoyed the whole thing. I really like this one side character also. But anyway, on to things that I did instead of
I watched.
Yeah. We had the Halloween. It was good.
We did.
We had
Best costumes that night that we saw trick-or-treating.
not the fucking middle school dressed like a hooker.
Yes.
That's not okay. I'm like,
Was she going for hooker or was she going
I don't
for
know
like,
what the fuck she was.
So
Slutty.
I think she was a slutty devil.
Yes, but like
But it was
she
it
was
a
too young for that shit.
Agreed. And it's a fucking epidemic. But young girl, emphasis on girl.
like 13?
13 to 15, somewhere in there. Red boy shorts,
Oh, God.
red fishnets. I want to say boots. Red crop top.
Yep.
Devil horns, devil tail.
Yep.
$20
in
hanging out of her pocket.
And a child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Like your parents letting you out like that's crazy.
I agree.
But that's not the thing. Like me and Krista were being objective because Krista was like, it was just because originally we were just talking about people who dress scantily. She didn't realize we were talking about
A child.
A child. She's like, well, I'm a sex work supporter. I do fucking OnlyFans
Yeah.
or whatever. And we're like, well, no. And then we explained her situation, and we both agree that okay, I understand younger people wanting to order things. We were there.
Yeah.
We were fucking there.
100%.
But okay, it's one or the other, right? Do you want to dress scantily underage? Fine, I get why you want to do that, but it's not the right occasion to go trick-or-treating, right? If you are in the mindset of a person who still wants to go trick-or-treating, you don't dress this way. If you want to dress this way, you go to a party that you weren't supposed to be at. right? Which is understandable. You shouldn't be doing that, but that's understandable.
You're preaching right now.
It's one or the other. You don't fucking go trick or treating as a kid and dress like an adult going to a party.
Don't partake in a child activity as a child trying to be an adult.
Correct. Yes. So that was my line. Like, because I'm not gonna fucking shame kids for doing kid shit just because.
Right.
I remember. But
Right.
Anyway, best costume otherwise. The Oompa Loompas.
It's the
are
Oompa
pretty.
Loompas, dude.
The Oompa
It was
Loompas,
the
but
fucking
they
Oompa
went
Loompas.
full in. Right.
were great.
Orange face paint.
The whole bit.
The whole.
and there
fucking,
was like a crew of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Like they fucking
And
did
they were
it.
little.
Yep. There was honorable mentions. There was, not that the costumes were great, but there was 2 kids that came up to the door as Batman and Joker.
Yes, they were.
And
yes.
and the one kid went trick or treat.
Yes.
And I was like, dude, you get a big stack of candy. And I gave him. And then the second one was like trick or treat. And I was like, I gave him 2 pieces. And he like looked in his bag. I was like, if you want more, you got to do the thing. And he's like, it's all part of the plan to trick or treat. And I was like, dude, here you go.
you know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
You're not just
yeah,
stressed
yeah,
about
yeah.
it. You know what you're talking about.
My other
Get in character, goddammit.
my other favorite.
He
one,
wouldn't give people candy unless they say trick or treat. I don't know if you know
100%.
this. He would
100%.
sit there.
It's part of the social contract.
and
It's a social contract.
And stare at them until they say it.
Yeah. So there's my other one was kids came up, young kids, and they were like, they came up to the door and they were like, oh yeah,
Oh, yes.
And then I was like, oh yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, and I was like, oh yeah. We went back and forth, and then I was like, when I say oh, you say yeah, oh yeah.
And there was a crowd of them randomly.
Yeah,
There was like a few kids and then there was a big crowd.
And then we finished, and then they looked at me like, "Where's the candy, motherfucker?" And I was like, "Oh, you still haven't said the thing."
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, "Oh, trick or treat," and I was like, "Here you go." And then as they were walking away, they were like, "Dude, W House, W Energy, W Vibe, W House."
Yes.
You know, it was cool.
Bobby's got the sign coming now. W House.
yeah.
W.
Ordered pizza from Manhattan Pizza, which is fine. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I would put it like one hair above order chain pizza. Like it still has that chain pizza soft dough. Like it's not bad. My wife likes it more than Domino's. I like it more than Domino's, but I don't like it as much as like this other place that we can get. This place King's, that to me is like the superior pizza around here. But still good. Chucky O was there, and his wife, who I just saw baby pictures of today, like inside the belly baby pictures. You know, one of them.
Sonogram?
Yeah, I guess so. But it's like that new kind where it's like you can see the baby.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's not like the ones that I got of my kids where it's like this.
It's an AI sonogram.
Yes.
Actually, hold on. I can pull it.
They gave him hair. Talked about what college he's going to go to.
You know, like that's a baby.
That's all. That's all. Too much,
High
baby.
res.
Yeah.
Open your eyes, little man.
Yeah. And then Dante was there with Sarah, and Pinkerton came through,
Yes,
which was
good to
great.
see him,
Great
yeah.
to see him. And it, you know, just hanging out on the porch and fucking around. And Jaina was hanging out, which is always fun. And then you and I got into an argument. A debate, a heated debate. And there's a couple things I want to talk about regarding it.
Okay.
So it was a debate, and I don't want to rekindle the debate necessarily, but it was a debate regarding the key to success, hard work versus luck, right? And what I love about that debate is 2 things. One, it was a very passionate debate.
Oh, yeah.
And I never had any fear of it affecting my friendship with you.
Oh, no, not at all.
The only time, and I had to check myself during it, was you made a comparison of me,
Oh, yeah.
and I had a visceral, emotional reaction internally to it.
That's why I
right?
didn't want to say it, but that was.
But you said you sound like such and such.
yeah.
And in my head, I had to debate, are we throwing shots? I had to debate that. And I came to the answer no, because in my head, I deducted it as he's saying you sound like, not that you're just like. But I had to work that out in real time while still engaging in the debate. So I know that some of my emotions of figuring it out internally while still trying to be externally involved got crossed at some point. But the second thing that I love about it is this debate went on for probably a half hour.
Too long. I felt bad at some point because everyone else was like a fucking captive audience, and I know I hate being a captive audience, and it sucks for everybody else in that room.
And then it all ended with us just realizing that we meant the word success differently.
Yeah,
And like, I just wish,
and-
I wish
and-
that there would have been one person there, because other people were chiming in.
yeah.
Be like, hey, can you define that term?
And the whole conversation
It
would
would
have
have been
ended.
over. And also, like, I think in the beginning when we started, because we were all talking, there were some things you said I didn't hear, and there was something I said you didn't hear, because
Yeah.
we figured it out at the end. It's like, oh, you didn't hear me say this part. No wonder we're fucking arguing about dumb shit.
But, you know,
And at the end, we fucking were laughing about some other shit, and then we fucking hugged it out, and it was fine.
all part of the footprint of an evening.
Yeah,
Selena ended up getting sick that night.
yeah. She left early.
She left early.
I didn't know. I thought she was upset because
I thought she was tired.
I thought Avery wasn't coming back, so she was not like having it.
That's fair too. And I thought she was tired because like she's been playing her ass off recently with sports and then trick-or-treating and all that shit. But anyway, she threw up like 3 times during the night.
Too much
She
candy.
taking Ozempic too?
Probably.
Did someone put whatever drugs they were supposed to put in candy?
So that's what I my first thought was actually like, because this is Achilles heel of her, is she'll overeat junk food.
I mean, that's
So she-
anybody.
Yes, but Leia will overeat junk food. I'll overeat junk food, and I'll be like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten all that junk food. Selena throws up.
Okay.
Always. Since she was young, she throws up. So like that was my go-to, but then Laura was like, no, she didn't even have any. Like they separated the candy that night and traded flea market shit, and then she didn't have a bite. And then to her credit, she woke up the next morning and she was like, I was like, you know, how do you feel? She had a 3-hour softball practice that morning, so I didn't even get dressed because I was like, we're not going to that. She's been throwing up all night. And she came to the office. I was like, how do you feel? She's like, you know, I feel better, but my stomach feels queasy. And I was like, all right, well, you know, get some water, relax, you know, maybe some toast, bagel, something that's going to...
What?
Yeah. Something that's going to absorb that stuff. And she's like, oh, no, I got to go to practice. Like, I have a commitment to...
Hey.
And I was like, all right, let's rock and roll.
working.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah. I was proud of her. I felt bad for her, but I was proud of her.
Another part, even though we had this heated debate, that I made me feel good. But being able to hug it out and just be like, oh, no hard feelings. At one point, I did say I was getting mad, but then I checked myself and then got over that part. Just like you probably did when. Because I like, oh, he didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
But that Krista kept going to bat or explaining for me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. She was like, well, first of all, she showed up,
Yeah.
and then you were like loving the.
Oh, dude, Krista 2.0,
She's great.
she's great, dude.
I love it.
So, like, she, you know, I always feel weird when you talk about people's significant others or their kids, right? Because it's like, nobody wants to hear that shit, right? She used to drive me nuts. I always respected her because she's my friend's significant person in his life, and she helps take care of my friend. So you always get unlimited grace, not unlike my stepmother.
Yeah.
You know, but like she used to drive me nuts because she would come over here and sit in a corner and scroll on her phone, you know, and then go home. And I'd be like, well, you don't have to be here. You know, if you don't, you know, like you don't. But now, like this past year, like I think since when I noticed the difference was my birthday last year. Like she comes in, she engages, she gets involved in the conversation, she partakes.
We played games.
Played
that
game night, like, and then the one time, even when she came over to help apply my wig for the Halloween party, somebody said, because we're always trying to get Joey involved, somebody said, like, hey, you gonna come back? You know, and she said, that's on him. I'm ready to come back. But, you know, and it's just like whenever you guys did that seance in January of 2019, maybe that was the beginning of swapping personality traits. But like, call that witch doctor back and see if you can fix both of you at the same time.
You're like, here, you take this. Yeah, I need that.
But yeah, no, she's been great.
Yeah.
So like that day, it made me happy she showed up and was hanging out, and then it made me happy like I know we were debating, and it's not that she was. It wasn't the fact that she was on my side. I don't need like someone white knighting for me. It was the fact that she understood what I was saying, and she was trying to interpret what I was saying to you. And I was like, oh, she understands me, and she's on my side, and she's vocalizing it when usually she would just sit there.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, oh, that made me feel good.
And then and that sort of thing happens with me fairly often, to be fair. But then I end up feeling like Tony Montana at the end of Scarface. I take all your bullet! I take all your bullet!
But like, I mean, I think she started changing when I first started changing. I think when I became less a fucking downer, she was able to be less of a downer. And I think she was right. She was like, "Oh, it takes time for me to warm up." I'm like, it's been 10 years. She was like, "It takes time for me to warm up." I was like, "Okay, I guess it is what it is." And I think she always knew how important this is, and you guys are, and especially you, Bobby, is to me. But like, I think she realized more and more over time, like when I come back from after hanging out, and like I think she's really understand like what this all means.
Yeah, well, I love to hear it because she's now when she comes, like it would be before there was like phases with her. In the very beginning, I would be like, but I would see her and I'd be like, I hope there's an open seat for her to go sit down somewhere and be a bug on the wall.
Yeah.
And then there was a time where I was like, okay, she's going to come in and she's going to be oppositional. Because there was a time where I found her to be just like she was going to take the opposite side of things, which is fine. But then when you play, well, now you got to play, and I don't want any hurt feelings. But I don't know her that well, and she's a female, so I always like I always think to myself, like when I engage with females in a debate sense, I'm always like, all right, I don't know how big those feelings are and where they sit. Do they sit in front of the fortress wall? Do they sit right behind it, or are they behind another wall like
And what's
mine?
the cost of winning this?
Right. Sometimes it's not worth it to win.
Right, but like the last, I would say at least a year, like she comes over, she's like hanging, she's chilling, she's engaging, she's having fun, like she I don't even know if she has her phone on her. Like it's like true engagement as
she's part of the group.
As a part of the group, exactly. Like I love it, love it.
And then the day after, on Saturday, I had podcast with Dante. So You Like Horror. So I was on 101 and 100 and 101, and we talked about The Ring, American versus Ringu, the Japanese. I'm like, of course you can have the Asian guy talk about the fucking Japanese movie, and then Phil wouldn't fucking show up. The fucking snobby ass Phil was like, I don't want to talk about The Ring. And he refused. Like I think that's been asking him for months, and he refused to do
Does he
this.
not like
Dinosaurs.
Huh?
There's no dinosaurs.
There is no dinosaurs.
There is no dinosaurs.
Does he not like The Ring?
I apparently so. Apparently, maybe he hates it. I don't know.
I love it. I love the American one. I watched the Japanese one, and it wasn't as much for me.
Right, but I know I agree with that.
Okay, but I love the American one.
Yeah, I think it's great.
I think I even like the second one.
I don't know. I remember watching the second one being okay. I like the last one. The one
so
where
I'm not
was
sure if I've seen it anymore.
It's called Rings.
So I think I thought the second one was like fine.
Yeah,
I didn't.
exactly.
I didn't. But I didn't hate it.
Yes.
But the first one to me, that girl is as iconic to me in like horror monsters as some of the greats.
Yes. Just a girl with long hair.
Yeah, but it works.
Walking backwards.
Well, and it's that it's that cut frame movement.
Yes.
It's so smart.
And it's recorded backwards. So she when they film it, she's walking backwards, but then they play it forward. So it looks really weird.
And removing frames.
Like, it's like really fucking jarring.
Eerie, it works great.
I love it. But I had fun. Had pizza again. Had Domino's, which I love. They did a really good job. I like Domino's, but they did an extra good job.
Well, good because that one that he uses is hit or miss.
No, he came here.
Oh yeah, they're
great. They're great. They were even extra good.
We have the best Domino's on the planet. I would like. Whenever I get
every fucking time.
It's every time.
Whenever
I'm anywhere and they're like, we're gonna order, and I'm like, where? They're like Domino's. I'm like, ooh. But here, if somebody's like, I'm ordering Domino's, I'm like, yeah, actually, let me make some recommendations because they've got that shit down pat.
And I go pick up because by the time you hit order and then you drive over there, it's ready. It's fucking crazy. I thought it would have been bad because it's busy. Most people had the Halloween party Saturday night. And like, I walked in and they were like fucking, I've never seen so many people in the fucking Domino's before working. Yeah. But it was fucking ready immediately and it was fucking
fantastic.
Great. So I love Domino's.
I love this Domino's.
You have Full House kids.
Go on.
Do you watch Full House?
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Not only is there 3 of them, the personalities also.
Oh,
the older one who is like studious. The middle one who's like sporty and kind of rambunctious, and the baby who's cute and says cute things. You have fucking Full House kids.
Yeah, that's fair.
Does that make you Uncle Joey?
Oh my God.
Does that make you Uncle Jesse? Cut it out.
Dude, classic.
I don't know. The other day when we were all sitting together and they're just like, I've seen this somewhere before on TV.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's crazy. You fucking have Full House kids. Bro, this has never happened to me. This is it's not quite traumatizing as it would be. I don't know if anyone else of you had this experience before. It is kind of embarrassing, but I've talked about embarrassing things here.
I'm in.
So-
I'm vested.
So,
I talked about my penis issues. So.
oh, yeah, this is definitely penis issues.
Oh, okay.
So, I've moved my computer up on the first floor.
Okay.
Since the flood, I haven't moved it back downstairs. So the setup is a little more cramped, and it is not where everything usually is.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my computer, I have my keyboard, and usually I have some food or snacks, right? And I have
Tissues.
tissues,
Fair.
slash paper towel.
You use the whole computer for that? I'm a phone guy, pretty much specifically.
Time and place.
Okay, fair enough.
When the mood strikes you.
Convenience. So if I'm in the middle of playing a video game and like I'm playing fucking Nier and 2B shows, I'm like, I gotta jerk off right
And they're
now.
like, Cyphus, your camera's still on.
Yep, there you go. It's like, if I don't jerk off right now, I'm not going to keep playing this game and focus on it, right? I don't know if it's just me, but that's me.
No, sometimes you gotta get the-
I need to get it out.
Sometimes you gotta get the monkey off your back.
It's almost clinical a lot of times.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. So,
Sometimes it's funny for me because it can be either side of the coin. Sometimes it'll put me right to sleep,
yes.
and sometimes it'll motivate the fuck out of me. And it's like a battery in my back. It's like, okay, let's get some work done now.
But that's unfortunate for me sometimes. It does happen to me too. Like usually before, every night. I jerk off or fuck every night before bed. That's a fucking thing. But sometimes I'm sleepy. And I could have just gone to sleep without doing it, but like I gotta get this nut out.
Yeah.
And then I be energized, and I'm like, fuck.
So at night, I'm usually batting 1,000. It's gonna put me to sleep.
Yeah. But so yeah, I have some snacks. I have my napkins, and I have my other napkins.
A lot of napkins.
So I was snacking and eating, and I went to grab a napkin,
Oh, Christ.
and then I wiped my mouth.
Oh no!
I knew where that was going.
I've never done this before. I have never done this before. And it's not as bad as I imagine it to be,
Well, wait a minute.
but psychologically,
Wait a minute. The napkin that you grabbed.
It got in his mouth.
How long has that been sitting on your table?
It's still wet.
it's the same day.
Oof.
Yeah.
And not refrigerated either.
Yeah. I went to wipe my mouth and I'm like, why is this already moist?
And not as bad, huh? So now,
No, I mean, it's just psychologically
with
bad.
Krista, you're
But-
like, get over it.
Yeah, right. Just swallow it. It's fine.
Yeah, cry me a river.
But it's just 44 years in my life. I turned 44 and then this happens. Is it all going downhill from here?
Never stop learning.
Because like I go out of my way to dodge it when because I have distance. Right?
Yeah,
I have to
yeah,
dodge and it'd be
it's-
hitting my shoulder because it would hit my face sometimes
Yeah.
if I don't
Are
fucking
you
dodge.
saying now you're going to not dodge?
I'll open my mouth.
I'm trying to catch.
Trying to catch it with my mouth like the shrimp and the fucking
waste that protein.
hibachi.
That's how it starts. That's why I tell motherfuckers don't be playing that game. That's how it starts.
Don't waste that protein.
But yeah, this is my note as cum towel. But yeah, so anyone else have this happen to? I'm assuming not.
Not.
Because usually you just throw it away after you're done. But since I'm on the computer and I'm just there,
Yeah, no.
and I usually have a trash can next to me. I don't have a trash can next to me either.
So I'm not, there's a number of things here, right? So I'm not above handling a situation, all pun intended, and then being committed to a space and also saying, I'll get that when I get up, right? So that's not uncommon for me.
Yes.
But usually whatever I'm using is not going to come back into play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's like a designated rag.
I don't have a rest. I use paper towels just because I don't want something to be reusable.
No, I don't mean like a designated, like, this is my cum sock. But like there's a separation of church and state.
That's fair.
Like if I use a tissue, I don't like for some amount of time, tissues aren't for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's a paper towel for me for everything. But you told me to write down a note.
Yes.
Shame is important is one,
Yep.
and I don't remember what this means author agency. Author as in writer.
Oh, okay. I got both.
You got okay, cool. Because you said you forget, and I did forget.
Yep.
I wrote it
and
down.
I,
Just
and
like
I
you
would have
said.
too. And I would have too.
You said right about it.
So, I always speak here about the biggest flaw in American society is the lack of courtesy. That people are just not considering other people and the decisions that they make. I still hold that true. But if I were to put a number 2 on that in that list of things, number 2 is that people don't have enough shame. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think that I saw an internet reel, right? This gets touchy. So I don't mean any offense. And look, I am not where I want to be weight-wise right now. Like I've got things going on in my life, and
Emotional eating.
I've noticed that there are 2 things that are consistently making me happy these days, and it's eating and drinking. And until I fill those voids with the things that I actually want, it's probably going to continue, but I'm working on it, and I'm working on me. That being said, this isn't a judgment of the person or the choices that they have made specifically that have led them to this point. But it was a reel of a person that was clearly overweight. Mm-hmm. And not like, oh, that's a regular overweight person. But
severely.
Like, that's a severely overweight person. And they were pushing a shopping cart that I couldn't find anything in that shop. And it was full. I couldn't find anything of any nutritional value in the entire cart, right, at first glance. And obviously it's the joke of the reel, right? This is a fat person carrying things in their cart that make you fat, right?
Yeah.
But I don't really necessarily find things that are that on the nose or that kind of surface level humor that funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what the problem is here? The problem is that this person is in this state and feels no shame about pulling this cart up to the counter.
Well,
and perhaps if they had a bit more shame, it would alter the choices they were making in that cart, which would have an impact on their lifestyle and person.
So to play devil's advocate, maybe that person, all they have is shame to the point that it doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, it's like beyond salvation.
Right. Like it's like
Nothing I do matters anyway, so fuck
like
it.
the shame has built and built and built, and they've turned to the only thing that makes them happy, which is actually the product of the shame they feel.
Oh, that's spiral.
And at some point they just go, I don't give a fuck anymore. This is the only thing I have. Who gives a shit? The amount of work is just so incredible that I couldn't imagine overcoming it. So I might as well do the only thing that makes me happy.
It took a while to get there, though, right?
It
So
does.
you have some shame on the way there. Maybe you would have.
So that's where my mind goes. 2 things. One, if they had some shame along the way, maybe they wouldn't have got to that point. And 2, I agree with you. They're at a point now where they don't give a fuck.
Right.
And with that also comes the lack of give a fuck regarding shame.
No, but I think there's still shame in there, but it's just this weird.
learn powerlessness.
Yeah.
But I think that I'm not sure if those 2 things can be completely true. They can be connected. And I see the point that you're trying to make. Don't get me wrong. But when you don't give a fuck, you don't have the shame. So take that specific example out of it, right? Look, I am part of hip hop culture. It has helped raise me in the same ways that my parents have. Like, I grew up with it. It is near and dear to me. I hold on to those virtues and values selectively as a part of my character, right? I get it. I get the culture. I get the music. It speaks to me. I get it. However, when I see a kid, and I'm not exaggerating, it's easy to exaggerate this, and I think a lot of people that do exaggerate this don't get the culture, don't get the music, don't get it. But when I see a kid wearing pants so low that I can see through the quote unquote triangle, as it were, I can see underneath their dick and balls out through the other side of their pants, there's a shame issue there.
Yeah.
You know, and to me, all of those things are connected, you know, and like, I just think that I think it's not something that I necessarily openly consider, like as a concept, but I think I do have shame, and I think that I don't consider it that way. But when I look out at the world, when I notice things that are missing, like courtesy, I think I also notice that a lot of shame is missing.
I think they kind of go in hand in hand.
Yeah. So what do you?
Not necessarily.
What do you?
I mean,
think-
not unnecessarily. I mean,
What do you think about the people that like to get like so the and this is not to kink shame at all, but the people that like to be like cucked and like a shame kind of. So
They've associated shame with like,
yeah, to me, I've
pleasure.
had this, and I've probably talked about it before. I have this weird like theory about like wires being crossed in the brain, right?
Yeah, and
So
they
it's
do.
like sometimes, you know, through some sort of event that happens, like the shame thing can lead to some other kind of feeling, and sometimes it might be like a defense mechanism, right? And sometimes it's just it happened at the same time and some synapse got connected in the wrong way. And now your reaction to shame is pleasure.
Yeah, and it's a way you
Yeah.
get a dominatrix to beat your ass.
well, so I think so. When it comes to
objectively, they're like, oh my God, that's terrible. But it fucking makes me so hard. I don't know.
right.
Like,
so I think that like
We need
I
to
thi-
clip that.
So I and once again, that's true. I understand the point that you're making, but I think specifically for this sort of stuff, like with kink and fetishes, I think that's a whole different layer because like that person could have a ton of shame in their regular life, you know, of just like the way that they conduct themselves and stuff. But like, you know, I often find, and I've only known one person personally in my life that enjoyed, like legit enjoyed the being cucked. And when I didn't even talk to him personally firsthand, but someone who was very close to him did, and then talked to me about it and said that like for him, it was a complete power thing. It was about, I even have control over this woman to a point where I control who she sleeps with. And that is what did it for him.
Yeah.
Right. But I think that all of these things can happen kind of sexually that are part of this other like door in the brain that you can, but like, it's like, Jaina, for instance, right? And I'm picking on her and I don't mean to, but like, not so much now, but there was a time where Jaina would seemingly get up, roll out of bed, and then want to go with me to the grocery store or wherever the fuck, doesn't matter. And I'd be like, no, we're not going out like this. If you want to go out with me, run a comb through that fucking head, you know, put your fucking clothes on, not your pajamas, and then we can get in the car and go. You don't need to go out dressed to the nines,
but you have to be presentable.
put yourself together. You know, have a little shame, you know, like is kind of what I'm getting at. And I'm seeing it more and more like, and I know I can sound like the dinosaur and I get it. And like, fuck you, Dad, you don't understand me. But like when I see kids today coming home from school at the school bus in high school, and all I see is pajamas and Crocs,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
So I get that. I get that side of it. I think that like when you start with such an egregious example of somebody who's probably like the super fat person with that I think that falls into a different category.
So
I agree with the regular shame, the regular part.
so I was only using that because that is what made me
you
start
saw-
yeah, okay, yeah.
thinking about it.
And that was it's like why I relate those two things, the major problems of humanity, our society, is shame and courtesy, or considerate, not being considerate. I would be ashamed to be inconsiderate. I could not
Yes.
leave a cart
Yes.
in the middle of the fucking parking lot because I'm ashamed of what somebody else has
Yes.
to deal with, right?
Yes.
So like I think that's why I think they go in hand in hand. If you don't give a fuck, you have no shame, you don't care what happens to anybody else.
Yes. Now, the other one about the note.
Yeah, what's the author agency? I don't remember what that. I remember we talked about it.
So shout out to Nerd Rage for impacting the culture.
Oh, okay, now I remember. Yes.
We were reached out to by a book, a novelists agent who has written some sci-fi book, and they were like, look, and they said, like, in the email, like, called us by name. So it wasn't just like, good morning, podcasters. You know, it was like Bobby, Joey, and Chris, Farrell, love you guys. I represent so-and-so. You know, we'd like to get him out for the show. We just wrote a book on such and such. But, I mean, there's a whole description of the novel and everything else, and I wish this person all the success, and thank you for the love and even considering us. But if they're listening now, which I get the feeling they are, while we'd love to have a conversation with somebody that's written a novel in the space and just pick their brains a bit, this show is an in-person show. So you got to be here.
I would love to talk to you. I love sci-fi.
Yeah, same.
I fucking love sci-fi.
And I love
I used to read it a lot.
And I love business, like not like business class, but like, you know, what are your points like on a book like this, and what does it break down to? And like,
what's the publishing cost?
You know, what does New York Best Times or whatever?
Like how many books have to be
exactly,
bought?
Exactly. That's the kind of stuff that interests
11.
me. Yeah, these days, you know, and then half of them are fucking listening to it and then having stolen valor about saying they read it. But anyway, well, we'd love to have you out, but you got to be here. I responded back. I was like, sounds great. I didn't know you. Are you guys local? And then I didn't hear back. So I'm guessing that they're not. But if you are, we'd love to have you. But this is an in-person show. We don't Zoom in or any of that shit unless there's a
Unless somebody's in Thailand.
Unless someone's in Thailand, or there's or someone's in Japan, or there's a pandemic. Those are the few times. And that was that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of talking points, but they're not time sensitive, so like,
Okay.
I would leave it for another day.
All right, I'll go over my notes briefly. Halloween, we kind of already covered, so I'll let that one go. Softball party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so my kid attended a Halloween softball party.
And you didn't dress up for it, that you were going to.
Yeah, I wanted to, but then it became clear that we were going to be the only jokers dressed up as fucking...
Well, they might not have known.
What you've
the hair parts on both of our parts.
Because I've seen you.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what they look like at night.
Anyway, it's kind of sad in a way. So I was actually really looking forward to this.
Okay.
Because this is like a commitment thing now. It's year round. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
A fucking lot.
It's a lot. And like, I would rather be friends with these people. You know, that would be my preference. Not capital F friends, but like.
Right, but if you have to spend that much time with them, you'd
Right.
rather there be some.
Yeah, like we pull up. Hey, you brought a couple of fucking shorties. Like,
Yeah.
bust me down. You know, like, but. So I went there with that like excitement in my heart of like, this is going to be a chance to kind of get to know everybody and whatever. But it's not what happened. And I don't think it'll ever happen with me.
Is it you or is it them?
I think it's me.
Oh, okay.
And maybe, I mean, maybe a little bit them, but I think it's so like they're very similar people. There's some outskirts, but they're very similar culturally. They're very similar, and I'm not. I'm definitely the oddball out, and I think that some of them don't like me because they associate me with things they don't like, and I think that some of them are uneasy around me because they associate me with things, but they also. I'm not trying to make this sound any type of way because if you know me, I'm not this way at all. But some people are intimidated by the way that I come off sometimes, and I certainly don't mean to be. But there might be a part of that playing in, and I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying it's possible. And but they're country boys, you know, and that's okay with me. I've been around enough country motherfuckers in my life, especially in the last 18 years, where it doesn't bother me at all. I'm ready to mix it up.
Chop it up.
But so anyway, it just kind of ended up being Laura Jane and I sitting together, sort of. Laura can mix it up with the moms a bit because of the logistics of it. Like, she's involved in the logistics of it.
But it's all surface level.
1 billion%.
Yeah.
1 billion%.
And that's I've found that like the typical, and I'm going to make some assumptions. The typical white suburban group I have almost nothing in common with.
Same.
Especially the part where they're willing to share. Right? Because I think that they showed the soft underbelly, that there might be more in common.
Same.
But they're all about putting that perfect picture up.
Same.
So that everybody in the room knows that, oh, we're happy and we've got this nice house and financially we're not like crazy well off, but we're very comfortable. But then like you find out more information. It's like, well, we stretched a little bit for this house and, you know, she doesn't like, you know, my parents and we're all the fucking same.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
But that's not this crowd.
oh, okay.
This crowd is country, rural, not suburban.
Oh,
Like
I know less about that culture, but I know enough.
There's one family in particular who they're my favorite. But like one of their kids arrived in my opinion, not to this thing, but to I'm going to be careful about what I say because I love this family. I do. I have seen one of their kids before. In my opinion, dirty, which is a different thing from Jaina, who was messy.
Yes.
It's dirty. And my brain, the way that it works, was like, oh God. But then I overheard a comment where somebody said that she was just in the barn before we got here. And I was like, oh, this is country.
Yeah.
You know,
real country.
You know, like this is like eat the dirt and avoid the germs country. You know what I mean? Like which I can get with.
Yeah.
You know, easier than the suburban shit.
Salt of the earth.
Correct. But like I think there's two of the fathers that will like chop it up with me every once in a while because they know I'm funny. You know, and they'll like come over and they'll like get their
Funny
kicks.
how?
Yeah, funny like a clown. And then they'll get their kicks and sort of move on.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I just came to the realization and I was saddened by it. But I was like, man, these people are never going to accept me. You know,
like that in life.
It's like that in life. You know, you move on. So it basically ended up being Jaina, myself, and Laura hanging out. So a couple funny things happened as a result of this. So they're getting ready. The kids are getting ready to participate in this tournament this upcoming weekend, which is going to be some good fun. It's like a Savannah Banana or whatever that shit is type of tournament. So there's all these wacky rules and everything else. So they were practicing some of that. But one of the things is if like the music comes on of like country or line dancing, they have to like stop playing the game and start doing a dance. Right. And so they were like trying to practice it in like a relaxed environment, this and that. And Selena's obviously the oddball out. And like, you know, and she's a good player. She's an asset to the team.
Yeah.
So I rarely have to deal with this side of things. But I was like, look, I apologize. This kid's not prepared for this activity.
Yeah.
There's nothing about her life that has prepared her for this moment.
She might not have ever heard of it.
Yeah, very true. So that, and then the second thing was, so they're playing country music on the speaker, and I try not to be judgmental. However, I am a reviewer, right? After all, ads,
On a speaker. Ooh,
ads in the playlist, and I was like,
What is it, like $4.99?
yeah, and I was like, you're like.
What do they do during the ads?
Like, I understand that it's like if you join Spotify, you can get the music for free, and you just had to deal with some ads. But it's like, man, you're not committed to the vibe, you know. Like
you're gonna broadcast this shit.
you know. So that turned me off, and it was all country music,
which is
unfortunate for me. But Jaina, so there's this country song that came out within the last couple of years that I adore, but it's lowercase c country.
Is it the Beyonce?
It's called Kansas by a guy named Clever.
this ain't Kansas.
No. But it's very like, it's like wherever Yellow Wolf exists, it's in the outer ring of that, far more into the country space. The only thing that's like significantly still has the ties back is it's a loop drum. It's a breakbeat, slowed down loop drum, but it's a country song for sure.
Dog.
Yeah, well, it's about loneliness, I think, on the road is what it's about.
That's country.
Yeah, and like like one of the lines in it is was it the white lines on the pavement or the ones that's on the table that reminded me of what it meant just to be home? You know, like that's country, but it has a bit more bite behind it, right?
The lines on the table aren't country.
Exactly. So so Jaina said, when's Kansas coming on? And I was like, let me brace you now. Kansas is never coming on. Like, I know you know one country song. It's not going to be the one to play tonight.
Maybe Kansas the band.
Yeah,
Maybe some Dust in the Wind.
which isn't a bad band.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Okay, so that covers that. So I was just I was like, man, like this is probably never going to work out for me, which I was a little bit bummed about.
It's more bummy because like this thing you're going to be committed to for a while.
That I kind of want to be a part of.
Yeah.
I do want to be a part of. You know, and I cheer there. Like, dude, like. My wife and I have both surprised me in terms of how much of like softball parents we've become. Mm-hmm. But like we cheer the kids on. We're playing a part. Like there's this one kid who look, all these kids are good. They're on a travel team. It's a good team. They're all good. There's a hierarchy to it that becomes evident, but they're all good. And there's this one kid in particular who's not consistent, but she's good. But what I love about her is she's always cheering the team on. Always. And she gets benched sometimes for the whole game. And she'll be right there front and center cheering the team on the whole time. Well, she went up and struck out. And I've seen her smash hits before. But this particular time she went up and she struck out. And she came to her parents and was like upset. She was crying. You know, she was upset. And the dad is a loving, softer dad. But mom's a tough mom. And she was kind of like, pull your shit together, you know, which is probably what I would tell my kid.
Yeah.
But on her, you know, she was very down on herself, whatever. And like on her way back, like I stopped her and I was like, hey, you're cheering this team on every day of the fucking week. Cheer yourself on once, just today. You know, like I'm active with these kids. Like I want them to do well. I believe in them. So because I'm so committed to it, and then coming to the realization that I'm just never going to be in the loop, like it's a bummer.
Just out of curiosity, is what's the percentage of white people in this entire thing?
All but one.
So it's one single non-white.
Nearly 100.
Now, just curious, and what are they?
They are, and I'm judging from the outside looking in. I think they are of mixed ethnic descent.
Part white?
Also? No.
No, okay, cool.
What? Why is that so goddamn cool?
Because otherwise it would be 99.9% instead of 99%.
Yeah, so it's you know, African American in some sort of Middle Eastern.
Oh, they got twofer.
Yeah,
a twofer.
Yeah, and that's actually the kid. That's actually the kid that I was talking to.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. And you know, they're great kids and whatever. But you know, I was like, man, like this just not in the cards for me. It's gonna take so many. And I don't think they want me to be, like, I don't think they want me to be a part of it. Like at one point that like this is one of those things too that I kind of hate in social gatherings of like usually white people, at least as far as I know, where like the men go to this section and the women go to this section. That's not my vibe. Like I like everybody to mix it up. And this was definitely
that's not fair. I like it the other way around.
No. I'd prefer if the women just don't go.
So this was one of those, and like
if they're going to come to the party, chop it up in a party. But
so I went over to where the men were. I heard a conversation that they were in. I had an opinion on it. I interjected my opinion, and then I could feel like, and my opinion was well received. They laughed and everything, but where there was an opening, physically,
yeah.
I could feel the circle tighten around that opening, and like I said, I'm socially
yes.
cute. Like so, it wasn't major, but I felt the temperature change 1 degree.
Yeah,
and I was like, cool, I'm good. Because I don't need this.
Right,
I want it. You know, so I just left.
But you can't fit in, like, because even when they like what you say, they still don't want you there. Like you can't do anything about that.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they don't want me there. They just want me to be. I think they would be more comfortable if I was more like them.
Yeah.
you know.
Fair enough.
I think they're
So
like,
it's
I like you. Why don't you wear Wranglers once in a while, for Christ's sake?
It's like
know?
we've got a good thing going here, and I'm not going to take the chance that you changing
Yeah.
opinions is going to make it better.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And then 2 more notes. So one is I got to play Nightmare with my kids.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to it.
Was that as good as you remember?
Yeah. What?
Was that as good as you remembered?
Yes. And everybody but Laura had a blast. Hating this bitch sometimes, but it was so much fun. Like, and the kids were like, I was worried that because sometimes they can be sensitive about scary stuff. Like stuff where you're like, it's just Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy, you know, but they were all into it and they were cool. And like we played and we were laughing and, you know, like I haven't played that game in 20 some years. And like when the gatekeeper is like, who is the old one? Answer me. And it's Laura, right? Because she's 2 weeks older than me. And they're like, I smell death on you, maggot. Like, you know, and like everybody's laughing.
Of course you didn't have a good time.
Yeah, and then
Should have started with that.
So and then there was like the young one who was Leia, you know, and then like I ended up being the chosen one, and Jane was like, of course, you know. But it was good. It was a good time. We had a blast. We're gonna play the sequels.
So I played. I figured out which one I had. It was Omega Virus.
We just did that a few years ago.
Yeah. So and that one was interesting, but I remember watching that, you know, playing that and having the VCR going.
Yeah, it was a blast, man. And then lastly, this isn't really a conversation point because I can't have it here, which is the problem. I really, really, really want to have a conversation about the No Limit versus Cash Money versus that happened recently.
You need Pinkerton to be
And
here.
I can't find one person that's seen it other than myself.
Didn't you have somebody recently?
So I had a conversation yesterday about it with a bunch of people that hadn't seen it, but were inquisitive.
It was
With Pinkerton.
no. It was 3 days ago.
Okay. Who was the person? Do you remember the person?
They're from the other mopping house.
Yeah. Oh, yes. But I didn't get to get into the woods. And I think that's because that person is significantly younger.
Yeah.
So they don't know the woods. They were just able to view it from the outside.
And I got that perspective that they know a lot about the little bit of that
The
forest
impact.
that they like.
Yeah.
But they don't know a ton from before.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're out there and if you want to come on the show, just so I can have this conversation, I'm down to have it. But it did take me down memory lane, and not for nothing. This is just funny if you watched it. Master P is 55 years old and pretty much did a running in place dance for a whole hour. And I salute it. I salute that No Limit soldier. Anyway, and that's it. And we only have one note for this week, and that is YouTube versus Disney. Did anyone read this article?
No.
Yeah, they can't reach a deal. I mean, I think it's cool actually that someone is standing the ground against Disney.
I agree.
It says two things. Like,
Give a little background on it just for the listener.
YouTube, you can no longer watch a lot of Disney and Disney affiliate stuff on YouTube because
Little old YouTube stood up to big old Disney.
But I mean,
I love to see the little guy win.
well, for the longest time, people have underestimated the power of YouTube or internet video. Like I've talked a couple years back that like a YouTube creator I watched was in the Emmys and like he was basically shunned and no one quote unquote knew who he was, even though he had a bigger following than like any other people there. Like millions of people watch him. So like I'm like they're kind of the underdog in that way that they're not socially seen as a powerhouse and media.
No, that's just old media refusing to acknowledge the fact that new media is taking them over.
Right, but old media is still powerful though, you know what I mean? So
they probably knew who he was.
Right.
And they're just pretending because that would bring the walls of their palace down.
yes, but so like to see not YouTube rising because YouTube has risen up, but to like see that to let everybody know they are a fucking powerhouse. They are on equal footing to Disney even.
Yeah.
To have like, because Disney is the biggest. Like, the mouse is.
It's the House of Mouse.
Yeah. So like that somebody is like, no, we're gonna.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a mouse?
We'll be fine.
we don't need you, but we could work with together. So like it's good to see, because competition is always great, and also it's good to bring people down a peg. But also I think partly it's because Disney's been on the decline.
Yeah.
Right. They've had a lot of misses.
Yeah. So I also, in conjunction with this, there was a conversation recently about this past month or whatever is like the first time since 1995 where there wasn't a single hip hop record on the Billboard Top 40. First time since 1995.
Wow.
So the the natural response was the music's falling off, right? That was like, because there's not one that's a hit right now. So the music is falling off. But I listened to the Joe Button podcast just about the music parts because the other parts drive me insane. And he made a good point. He said that while I see that and I understand the reaction I'm supposed to have, I'm happy because Billboard plays a game.
Yes.
They play a political business game. And what that means to me is that more people are taking an independent stance and making their own business, and therefore they're not welcome in the game.
Yep. Love to see
It's
it.
the same thing to me as Webster putting 6-7 in as the word of the year. Right? Like, it's obviously
An attempt at relevance.
an attempt at relevance, right? And because it's the antithesis of what they're supposed to be.
I mean, they've been on that thing for a bit, I think.
Yeah, but this to me is the most egregious.
Yes, it's
because
the ultimate.
6-7 means nothing.
Right.
It's just a thing that you say.
It was an ad lib in a record.
Right, but it's also a thing that the kids say in place of a word that they just like. It's just
Well, they say it as like a gotcha. Right.
but they use it in more than that too. It's literally you can put it in anywhere.
You can, but I think it's most often it's a game.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like like what time's the movie? 6-7. Like it's
like
catching
350.
It's or 2:30, same as my dentist appointment.
Yeah.
Like it's like just catching the game, so to speak. It's just catching the game of the conversation.
And the whole point of the dictionary is that words have
meaning.
meanings.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. However,
So
now
what the fuck are we doing?
Now I'm just gonna play devil's advocate, because what I hate sometimes is sometimes we'll look to the dictionary, Webster's in particular, but Oxford as well, as being like the magistrates of the English language. But that's not the point of the dictionary. The dictionary is here to report how we use language.
But we have Urban Dictionary for that.
Yeah, I don't.
We have Urban Dictionary now.
I'm not sure. I'm not. So I get the whole, the meaning of words change and everything like that. Right. But to me, the dictionary should be the accepted, right? And it doesn't change its definition until that version is no longer relevant.
Like decimate.
It is.
Yes. However, it also, so like if the word, sometimes it's challenging to have these conversations of just actually ironically finding the appropriate words to describe it. But the word can have the meaning whether or not Webster or Oxford admits to it. Right.
Yeah, but to
I
me,
think it's a
that's-
different purpose. Like I'm with Farrell on this. And with you, but I think they're two different things. I think culture matters. I think local culture also matters. Like because culture is not everywhere, right? Like you ask a Japanese person what 6-7 means, they might not know, or they might. But we all need a unifying singular thing where if everyone has having miscommunication, okay, like success, right?
Yeah.
If we can all look at one, okay, so we're gonna define this, what is art. We will all look at it defined this way, and we will talk about it in this sense. But if it's fluid, then we will never be able to have a
That's not
conversation.
language anymore.
And if it changes to me, because if you change words based on what's currently hot and not what stands at like the word cool has stand the test of time. We know what cool means. This shit is cool, right?
Right.
As in not the temperature, but as in a feel.
Exactly.
Long enough. But if a word just came up now this year.
Okay, so that I agree with. The flash in the pan terminology
Right.
I'm okay with. But as soon as it stands the test of time,
Yes.
it should be indoctrinated.
I agree with that.
is my
That's-
opinion. So, because like if you're like, hey, if I
Or add it, because you know how there's multiple lists. Like a word can mean this or this or this.
right,
We need that.
exactly.
We need that.
Because if I'm sitting down, like I had a rough night, let's say, and I'm sitting down here like this, and you come into pod and you catch me sitting like this, and you're like, hey man, you good? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm straight. you know that I'm not talking about my sexuality, and I'm not talking about the degree and angle of which I'm standing, that my knees are bent at 90 degrees and my hips are bent at 90 degrees, but that I'm just okay. So you understand the meaning of the word, even though it may not be how that book is reporting it.
Right. And I also don't think that every definition culturally needs to be in the book.
Correct. I think so.
No, I agree.
Right.
I think that would be impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's also confusing as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think we need a legend, as in like something that everyone can look to.
I just don't like the idea of it dictating. I like the idea of it allowing us to kind of dictate what is the meaning of the word, and then as soon as it stands the test of time, they say, okay, now it is.
Yeah.
Because
But
the word has to
6-7
be-
has not stood the test.
Agreed.
No.
Agreed.
A word has to have been withstood a test. I don't know what the time is.
I don't know
A
either.
generation.
Yeah.
It has to span multiple generations.
Like I remember when yo entered the dictionary, and it was like a big fucking deal to like the old establishment, but everybody understood yo that was coming up.
But
you
to
know?
me, like that's the
That's
like,
2 generations, right? You need at least 2 generations.
But
Right.
that's almost the test of time. It's like when we're all going, we understand this. Get with it, dictionary.
Yes.
Right? Like add
Right.
the definition in.
Right.
That's
Right.
That's the appropriate.
Right. I
level.
agree.
And
I agree.
also a large enough population and not just a cultural population.
Right, right.
Yes.
If you're just of
Yes.
this population, you know the word, like,
yeah. Oh, wait.
Brr, bow, bow. That funky chopper sound. I kind of like that rhythm a little bit, don't you?
so if 100% of this particular culture knows what it is, but the rest of the world doesn't, it shouldn't be in a dictionary.
I agree. I think I just want to accentuate that I stand on the side of the dictionary listening to us.
Yes.
Because it's reporting how we use words.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I'm big on. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And
got through it.
Yeah. And I think we have one question, but if you'd like to send one.
You can email us at nerdrageradiomail@gmail.com.
Joey, I think he's just showing off for you. When you're not here,
Yeah,
he
he
has to be
doesn't-
reminded.
It's true. Trey 5. What's up, Trey 5? Hooked me up with that ram horn while he was at the
Yo,
convention, so to speak. Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah.
So to speak, sandwich.
Yeah,
God
good
bless.
grief. Trey 5 says, hey, lads, what's going on? Just a quick check-in before the holidays. Joey, are you into Halo? And if you are, have you watched the Netflix series?
I am been very tempted, but on the fence. I know it has mixed reviews, but that's usually not what turns me off of things because, I don't necessarily listen to reviews. I don't like that they show his face. I don't like
Oh,
it. He
yeah,
shouldn't take his
that's
fucking
fair.
helmet off.
That's fair.
Or they could take his helmet off and don't show his face. I don't need Master Chief to have a face.
I think you're right. I think actually the lack of identity matters with that character.
Yes.
Because you can see yourself. I agree.
Yeah.
So like that really throws me off, and I might watch it eventually, but I already have such a bad vibe for that. It's
Yeah.
bad. It's leave a bad taste in my mouth.
So I haven't
speak, like
seen
that cum towel.
What is Jesus Christ? What is
I keep
Master
changing the name of
Chief's-
this.
Look,
Episode too many good things.
what does Master Chief look like?
It looks like a guy in a Spartan
like-
armor.
No, in this series, where
A
you
white
take-
guy.
a white guy.
Yeah. I like it. I
it is
think he's
hard.
white. I'm not sure he's white passing at least.
It's our year, so
He says, I've watched the first season and halfway through the second. Let me know of what you have.
Okay.
Farrell, are you a video gamer? Will you play the one Scuba Deep Dives? What is it?
Helldiver.
Helldivers.
Scuba dive.
Scuba Steve Diver.
If not, it's cool. I think you should check out the Halo series also.
I bought Xbox originally in
Xbox died there, right?
2004 for Halo. So I played
Yeah.
a lot of Halo.
So he said, I think you should check out the Halo series. Also, that's if you're all caught up with everything Bobby's got you watching. But to be fair, we're taking a pause on Bobby's recommendations until after
Clone
Thailand.
Wars.
Until after he finishes Clone Wars.
Yeah.
God damn it. No.
I liked back in the day. I read Halo novels too. I quite enjoyed them.
He says, yes, Bobby, I'm waiting for my turn, laughing my fucking ass off. And will any of you be watching Predator Badlands
100%.
when it comes out?
100.
Or have you by now, depending on when you're reading
Oh, is it out already?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I'll figure out. It was sometime this week. I'm looking forward. You know what I'm looking forward to?
It might have come out on Friday.
This past Friday. You know what I'm looking forward to this Friday?
Tell me.
Frankenstein.
Oh, is
On
that this?
Ne-
I'm
on
going to watch.
Netflix.
I'm going to watch
On
it. So,
Netflix.
so we have Netflix at the moment.
That time of year.
Well, I told you why. Did I? Were you here that week?
I'm not sure. I thought you get it
So the
one time a year.
baby landed Matilda the lead role. In
Oh, yes.
and this fucking like a high school, like 18-year-olds are in this shit, and she landed the fucking lead.
That's crazy. It's amazing.
Yeah, so we wanted her to see the movie Matilda to have like a base understanding of the story and character, and it was only available on Netflix.
Love to see it.
So we got it for the month of November.
Badlands comes out on the 7th.
Oh, two good things to watch this weekend for me.
And then he says, Chris, which I will read because in case Chris is listening, he can answer next time he comes through. He can make a note in his phone. Chris, if you're around, what's up, man? I wonder who your top 5 wrestlers of all time are and what's your take on Bret Hart. There you go, Chris. Bobby, what are you watching these days? Anything new or suggestions? I owe you for the Righteous Gemstones, man. That shit was pure gold. If not, I know that you're celebrating the holidays with the family. So yeah, I'm not really watching anything. I've kind of given up on TV for the large part. I'll even tell you this. Guess what? The fucking sci-fi people wrote me back.
Oh, live?
Yeah, he said he lives. He doesn't live close, but he does travel. I say awesome. If he is in the Maryland, DC, Virginia,
I think you just say Maryland
area,
Maryland, DC.
We'd love to have him stop by for an episode. Schedules. Schedules, I can give you that. Permitting. Okay, so yeah, it actually led to I won't say an argument.
What are we? Where are we at now?
Oh, I'm sorry. The watching TV and am I watching anything?
Oh, because I have a recommendation.
Okay.
So it's on Amazon.
Okay.
It's an original series on Amazon.
Make a note.
It's called Patriot.
Okay.
It's a comedy,
Okay.
and it's one of my favorite series of all time.
Oh, really?
It is only 2 seasons long.
Okay.
It sucks that there wasn't a third,
Okay.
Right. But it is some of the best comedy dialogue ever,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Okay. I've added it to my notes. So recently, Laura and I got into some sort of. She wanted to go to bed early, because she's tired and she works fucking hard and she's up at the crack of dawn because she worries about everything.
Driving back to pick you up to take you
To softball, yeah. She works. She busts her ass and she's fucking exhausted. She has to get up for 5 o'clock at work to go to work, but she'll wake up at 3:30. Start worrying about all the other shit she's got to get done, responding to emails for the softball team, making sure Jane is squared away for this college visit, making sure that my emissions test is lined up. Like, she's just that type of person. She goes to work. She comes home. She's fucking exhausted. She wants to eat, lay down, watch some TV, and go to bed. Mm-hmm. And that's after we get back from softball practice or picking the kid up from drama or whatever the fuck, right? And I'm just not that person. So, like, she was like, all right, let's go to bed. And I was like, I'm not going to bed. And she was like, I really want to go to bed. And I was like, then go. You're welcome to go. But I don't want to live my life watching that rectangle going to bed at 8 o'clock. I just don't. This is my favorite time of the night when everybody's hanging out, talking, conversing, getting to know what's going on with their lives and shit. I live for this moment and I won't be denied it. So I'd love to have you be a part of it. But if you are too tired, I get it because you work fucking hard. Mm-hmm. Go to bed. I'm not. And I don't want to spend my limited free time watching mediocre fucking entertainment and going to bed by 9. I don't want to do it.
What if she told you that was her favorite thing?
I'd be like, well, hey, tit for tat.
Little give, little take.
Yeah, quid pro quo. So I'm not really watching anything. I did watch that Osama bin Laden doc, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I have a couple of... So the thing is, I watch stuff, but it's like YouTube shit is what I watch. Yeah. Like
20 minutes.
Yeah, so like this Versus thing happened recently, a conversation I wanted to take part in, and I know that those two camps are from two different neighborhoods that are very close to one another and have a very checkered past. So like last night I watched 2 documentaries on the history of those two neighborhoods, right? But like that's not something I would necessarily recommend to people. You kind of got to be so involved in this shit to give enough of a fuck. You know, like every now and then I'll go through my YouTube and find like my recently viewed or whatever to try to recommend shit. But most of the time it's like it's so.
It's based on
specific.
something else. You had a conversation that got brought up. Or,
Yeah. I watched a lot recently on trying to find like the history of the Nightmare games because that's been on my whatever. Been a lot of that, and not a whole lot else to report. Some interviews. You know, I watched a documentary on No Limit Records because I was just curious about the history of it, just because I was inspired by this thing to learn a little bit more about it. But it's not something that I would recommend necessarily. And yeah, I think that's it. Let me double check that we didn't get any emails in the last 20 seconds. And looks like we're in the clear.
I don't know if you do this on purpose, but every time you're like, oh, this is going to be a short episode. It's never a fucking short episode.
Yeah. Well, we had 2 weeks of yours to catch up on, to be fair. And it's good to see you again. I actually, I'd written down in my notes, I miss me some Joe.
We had hung on Friday.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I miss my Joe fix. I need my Joe fix,
Hey,
so to speak. So, I mean, or not. Let's do it. If now's the time, Joey, now.
Look,
You're already breaking some boundaries in your world.
if you need,
Life-changing.
more of a Joe fix, there's a paper towel somewhere.
Oh my god! What I need is get a little trash can to put next to myself. That's the difference between the setup. There's less space now. It's more cramped, more stuff for me to sort through, and there's no trash can next to me for me to throw things away immediately.
Amazon will have it delivered this afternoon.
I might be changing the title again. Yeah. There's a paper towel somewhere. Anyway, shout out to Chris who's on assignment and not next.
Today was the only day it was off this weekend. Today was the only day I had to work.
I know it sucks. But next week, either next week or the week after, I'm going to try to line up an after hours
Nice.
one, and hopefully he can play a part in that. And then shout out to Phil, who we got to hang out with. He was also, I didn't know if I mentioned, he was at the trick or treat porch. It was good to see. We actually I was breaking his balls a little bit about music, but it was good to see him. And shout out to Dante on Facebook. And with that,
Flappy Labius.
Moist the eyes.
tight dick player.